ride, front door swings and the talk gets high. Cut the cell phone, kill the grind, leave that week far behind. Ice in the glass, smoke in the air, good folks gather from everywhere. Mick and Charles got the whole room lit, one more round and we're into it. If you know, then you know that old school glow. Raise it up, let it roll. It's the place we go. The Real Smoke Podcast. Thursday night, don't miss that. Mick and Charles bring it all back. Real talk, real laughs, real flash. The Real Smoke Podcast. Pour it slow, light it fast. Premium nights and the whole world taps. Thursday night, we're all in that. Burn, slow and smooth, big guess words in the killer mood. Cigar and red in the dark, every story leaves a mark. Friends in the chat, friends in the room, same good vibes, same boom, boom, boom. Southern soul and a modern sound. Every Thursday we're coming down. If you need that shine, you know the time. Eastern 8, don't be late. Come on in. Thursday night, don't miss that. Mick and Charles bring it all back. Real talk, real laughs, real flash. The Real Smoke Podcast. Pour it slow, light it fast. Premium nights and the whole world taps. Thursday night, we're all in this. Let it catch, watch it circle slow. Whiskey in the rocks, let the amber glow. Put the work week down, let the shoulders drop. Clock out, cool off, let the real talk pop. Mick and Charles on deck, yeah, they run that flame. Thursday night family, everybody knows the name. One more pour, one more spark, let the good time start. Real smoke in the room, got the whole place hard. Hands up high, let it rain. Hear that room start to sing. Every face, every frame.
This episode may contain strong language, weak opinions, bad advice, and men speaking confidently about things they only half understand. Statements made should not be considered factual, morally sound, especially if they are drinking. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. It's more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast. This is episode 86, and before we get things started, you know what we got to do. What's up, Norm? Norm!
Don't be that guy that does this stupid shit in the cigar lounge. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be that guy. That guy, right there. Don't be him.
I'm really excited to smoke this.
Do not do that with community cutters. Do that shit with your own crap.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
Did he just say...
Did somebody just freeze?
Are we there
Already?
Are we back?
There? Hi.
Really?
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast.
We didn't even have a chance to talk about this one. Goodness gracious. Hey, guess what? These technical difficulties are brought to you by Katie Cigars. There we go.
Katie Cigars. Thanks, Mark.
Yes. I was saying, did he just say meow?
I think he may have, and I swear he takes a little bit more of that cigar every time when he's doing that ad. I know it's the same ad, but I don't know. I can't quit watching. It's like a train wreck, man.
There's parts of it I can't watch because I think he enjoys it way too much.
It's uncomfortable.
It is.
What's up, buddy? Happy Thursday.
What's going on, bud? Happy Thursday. It's your last Thursday in the great state of Tennessee.
In the 901 to be specific, man. It's been a super emotional
This is the
week.
last time that we call this Meanwhile in Memphis.
It is. I'm gonna talk on it during the Meanwhile in Memphis segment, man. But it's been an emotional week. It's been a tiresome week. We've done a lot of packing already. My daughter flew in today to help us get stuff finished up and head home. One of my good friends from Pennsylvania drove down here to help, in a box truck to help us load the big stuff that we can't take. And man, just having good friends and family that will jump in and help out in a moment's notice. But I'll tell you, this place has grown on me tremendously. But like I said, I'll talk about that more in the meanwhile segment. So
You're getting choked up. No.
I have a few
I like
times.
this side. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, my week has been okay. I will say my week started Saturday, Shinedown concert.
Oh
Knoxville.
yeah, man.
Brent
Awesome.
came home. Second time he's been here. Sold out crowd. Fantastic show. Got home that night, came outside, had a cigar because I was still amped up. Everybody else, we got home at like 1:30 in the morning. Everybody else was sleeping in the car, so they crawled in bed. I went straight out to the barrel house out here, lit up a cigar because I was driving, I was still rocking. So I'd taken Matt Matthews, the comedian, came on stage, and I just happened to take a video of that and post it on my Facebook. I didn't remember that I really posted on my Facebook until the next morning when sometime that night it went viral for an hour and went to 20,000 views in that hour. And it's
awesome.
it was a little bit crazy. So it went to, I think it's right at almost 50,000 right now, which there's people adding me to their Facebook that I don't know. And I keep my Facebook for like my family. And it's like, okay, this is weird.
All the people that commented on the Instagram side of that post, you also posted it on Instagram and we collabed on it or whatever with the pod page. People have been commenting on that for like days now. So, I mean, it's cool, man. You just never know what's going to catch fire.
So I posted today. I posted earlier in the week. When I was in high school, my max weight that I got in high school was weighing around, my fight weight was around 220, 225. I have never been that light since. And I know I've said on here a couple of times that back in February, I got a scared to death moment when the doctor told me I didn't have to worrying about anything anymore because I wouldn't be alive by the end of the year because everything was that bad and scared the crap out of me. So I decided I was going to do something about it. And I think it was Monday, maybe yesterday, that I finally hit 225.9 or something like that. I'm at my high school weight right now. I put on a jacket a suit jacket, and it's too big for me.
Wow.
And then today was walk 100. Since February, I've walked 100 days. So
bravo.
I'm excited about that. It's those numbers have me amped, Business may be going crazy, house may be going crazy, but those three things were pretty freaking awesome.
I'll say bravo, man. And I just saw you 2 weeks ago, and I only see you like every couple months. Like even though we see each other on here every week, we only see each other in person like 4, 5, 6 times a year, and if that. So yeah, no, not that much, no. But anyway. You were looking really good, man, to her 2 weeks ago. So I was checking you out. Congrats, everybody. Enough of that shit. Congrats.
I appreciate it. So the goal, I go back to the doctor. Next Wednesday. So I've been using my chat GPT like a coach and logging everything in. And the goal is to be able to weigh on the doctor's scales clothed at 25. So I've got a couple more pounds to lose because that's clothed weight. So the goal is by next Wednesday to be down a couple more pounds. Not doing anything drastic. Change eating habits, meal prep, and I walk every day.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Oh yeah, so, can't wait to see where it goes for you, man. I know it's awesome when it becomes a routine and something you love more than just. I mean, I know why you started it, obviously, but now it seems like it's become part of you. So it's cool, man. So it's awesome to feel healthy and feel better about yourself.
I know I've brought it into the show a couple of times and talked about it, but I like doing that a little bit because it's a way for, our extended family to hold me accountable for it, So I like that. Anyways, enough about me. Anything else going on?
Nope, man. Just packing. Tomorrow we are going downtown for one last run at our favorite brewery and have a few beers with a few people from work, and obviously Jen and Randy and some family that we've met down here in Memphis. And I'm sure tomorrow will also be another emotional night. But tomorrow night, pack everything up in the morning, go downtown in the evening, afternoon, and then Saturday morning, 8 a.m., we head towards Pennsylvania. So it's happening real quick. But no, man, that's about it with me. Just been one track right now for us.
Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into a few things that we always like to do. This right here. Go check out Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club for that price right there. Use code RSNEW if it's your first time. You're going to get 5 cigars each month. If you use the code, you're going to get a Smoke In torch lighter and a perfect cutter. Mick, I'll let you go ahead and jump on in with the Patreon.
Yeah. So our Patreon, it's growing slowly. We're growing this family, and it's my fault that we did not have a monthly Zoom herb this month. It's because of my move. But anyway, for $5 a month, you can join the Real Smoke Ashtray Illuminati. 15% off at Cigar Vault, sticker pack, shout out on IG, name on the show credits, members only Discord, ask questions to guests, sneak peek at guests, enter to win quarterly prize packs, ability to attend our monthly Zoom herf that we didn't have this month because of me, and ability to talk with and ask questions to guests on those Zoom herfs. So we're actually setting up our next Zoom herf now. The family's growing, and we're giving away exclusive prizes. Like tonight, you can win a $25 gift card if you're a Patreon, and there's a knife that's being given away tonight, too. I'm sure Charles will talk about it at some point.
Yeah, we do have, if you saw the 13 Knives America 250 knife that Robert Kortner with 13 Knives made for us, we will be giving that away towards at the end of the show for our Patreons only. So that'll be something that we do here in a little bit. Really quickly, Braves are coming back a little bit. Just got to say, 52-45 is the current right now for the Braves with I do believe I got the numbers wrong. I got 57-52 and 52-45.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's a little wrong.
Yeah.
But as of today, the Braves are on a 6.5 game lead over the Phillies.
The Phillies have been horrible since the All-Star break. They have been absolutely horrible. So we'll see what happens. It's still a long season, but the Phillies are terrible. So it is what it is.
You want to give tonight's hashtags away?
Yeah, sure. So if you have not won this month yet, use the hashtag RealSmoke. Pretty simple. If you are one of our Patreons, like I was saying earlier, use the hashtag RealSmokePat, and you have probably like a 1 in 5, 1 in 6, 1 in 7 chance of winning a $25 gift card tonight. We like to give back to our Patreons. Damn it, why do I keep doing that? And then you catch it every time. But anyway, it's you have a very good chance of winning. Become a Patreon. It ups your chances on winning some really cool shit. So there you go.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and break out into what we has been sort of two of us maybe smoking it tonight. You smoked all of yours already. Let's go ahead and go into the cigar that we're going into tonight. That one is brought to you by Robert Kortner over at 13 Knives.
What's up, everybody? This is Betsy Ross, wishing America a very happy birthday. A few more stars than there was last time I saw this flag, but it doesn't get any more American than this, does it? Well, it gets a little bit more American. The Badass Bulldog Cutter. I couldn't say badass in my day, but I sure as hell can say it now. If you're going to buy a cigar cutter and you want to brag about it, don't brag about Chinese or Pakistan or anything else. You want to brag about it being made in America. When you want to cut that cigar, and you want to put it right up there, come right down, cut, perfect every time. Took several tries to get this right. This is right the first time you want to cut it. Line it up. Women couldn't smoke back in my day. I like this modern time for some of it. So happy birthday, America, from Betsy Ross and 13 Knives.
Looking at the chat, somebody Smoking Sicilian just put on there, That's a hairy Betty. What do you say? Harry Betsy Ross. Yeah. So I'm looking at the chat on my phone right now because it's a whole lot easier than screen going back and forth. All right, let's go ahead and talk about that cigar, bud.
Yeah, so tonight we are smoking, or have smoked, the Room 101 Johnny Tobacco Maduro. Wrapper, Nicaraguan Maduro. Binder, Nicaraguan. Filler, Nicaraguan. Size, 55 by 5. And the price is right there on your screen. And again, that's brought to you by 13 Nuts.
All right. It's about that time. We got to get the dude on the show. But we got to get that one extra person in there. Before we bring on our guest, let's go ahead and say what's up, Haze Gray.
Savor every moment with Haze Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Haze Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmãos do Mar. Order Haze Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Haze Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
And just like that, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the face of Cigar TV, Mr. Sean Mobley. What's up, sir?
What is going on, fellas? I have to say that is one hell of an intro to a podcast. I just watched that whole thing, and I am very impressed with what you guys just whipped up. This at first, the AI music, you guys have your own song. I think it was AI.
Oh yeah,
very impressive.
Yeah, I go through and I write what lyrics that I want in there, and then I tell a story about what I want it to sound like. I have Chat GPT fill in the blanks. I go put it into a thing, and if we have like men's mental health, I'll have a special intro song for men's mental health. If it's Christmas, we had a Taylor Swift version of a song for Christmas. We also had a death metal version for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if there's something big that comes up, and we do seasons, like we'll go January to June. We'll take a week off in June. That's a season. And then the end of that to December, that's a season. The music changes every season. So yeah.
Great job. I'm going to applaud y'all on what I just witnessed.
I appreciate it. That means a lot coming from you.
I gotta give credit where it's due, man. Like 90% of all the graphics and the behind the scenes stuff is Charles, and then like the Instagram stuff and the constant posts and the stuff we have to do to stay in the game is on my side. So we both play a role, but he amazes me every week too, man. I'm like, how the fuck did you come up with that, man? It was amazing. Like, so he's very good at what he does. So.
Awesome. I was gonna ask, can I cuss on here? So I just heard a word. So
yes.
I'm good to Okay, there we go.
I'm typically really bad, so unless I know my parents are watching or like it's a religious show or something, but I can't help. I work in a field where it's kind of a sentence enhancer, and I can't stop. So it is what it is.
Amen.
So man, yeah, well, welcome aboard. Like Charles said, we're honored to have you, man. We love what you do. You're constantly into something in the cigar community, and obviously a lot more than that. But like that's what we're gonna get into, man. But just give us a brief introduction, and then we'll kind of take it back as Charles always does. I'll let him do his favorite part.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, everybody. My name is Sean Mobley. I'm the co-founder of Cigar TV. We are a global streaming channel dedicated to the cigar industry and lifestyle. We're currently on Roku, 19 other streaming services in 40-plus countries. We shoot 5 original shows with also original documentaries. We also have partner content on the channel. And yeah, we literally cover every aspect of the cigar industry, almost every industry or aspect of it. Everything from lounge and factory farm tours to cigar rating show. We do a behind the blend where we bring in owners and reps. We break down the product and then hear their story. We just launched season 1 of Lounge Life at Grand Cathedral, one of the most famous lounges in the world. It's kind of like Pawn Stars. So instead of people coming in to sell stuff, they actually come in and look for specific types of cigars, and we tell the storyline throughout. And then we have Cigar Essentials, which is QVC. We sling accessories. So those are our 5 flagship shows. We do have more on the way. But yeah, man, that's the quick rundown on Cigar TV.
Love the Grand Cathedral, by the way, before Charles takes over for a minute here, man. I spent some time down there this past year, and it was unbelievable.
That place is electric. Any time of day you walk in there, you can
absolutely
get in conversation with somebody, or if you just want to sit back and enjoy just the atmosphere and the aesthetic of that place. Angela and her team have done a fantastic job, and I'm going to shout them out. They just opened another lounge called Roosters Coffee and Cigars. Absolutely beautiful. If you're in the Tampa area, you have to stop in there.
Awesome. I'll check it out next time we're there. We're usually there once or twice a year. I have family down there, so I'll let you know, man. Maybe we can meet up for a cigar. We'll figure it out.
100%.
All right, brother.
We were talking in the green room, and I was telling you, that I'd seen you on different things sporadically, and that's how I got to know you. When you started talking about doing interviews, I remember where I first saw you. You interviewed a great friend of our show and a great friend of us personally, Sin Coburn.
Oh, yes.
And you went down there and you interviewed her. That was the first time I saw you. I was like,
yes.
I love the way this guy interacts with his guest, and he interacts with the people on the camera. Like it's like you're talking to people on the camera, and there's swagger behind what you do. And it was like, this guy's got something. So then I saw the whole Roku thing, put it on TV, watch it, binge watched everything that you had on your channel. And it was like, this dude's got something. I like the way he does his interviews. And so I think that may be shortly after, that's when I sent Mick a message and I said, this guy's into this. And a couple of days later, hey, this guy's into this. This guy's got this story. And it's like, we got to get him on. And here we got you.
Well, first off, it didn't start that way. I hated the camera when I first started. But two, Sin. You got to talk about a lady that is just, I don't want to call her a savage, but she is just a go-getter. Let me tell you what, we went to Nicaragua.
100%.
And her team drove down with Northern Cigars and Dissident Cigars. It came and picked us up in Esteli, and we went to Condega. We're like in the back of a pickup truck, and we're recording, and we see like the Nicaraguan military, and we're like tapping on the door, like put the cameras down, and they took us to this field in this barn in the middle of nowhere. But it was an incredible experience, and what she's doing, she's part of the women of PCA, so we got to see her again in DC. We went up there for that, and she is just she's
incredible. One of our top 5 people, probably top 5. I'm not going to say where, but somewhere in the top 5 of people that we have had on the show and we become close with from the show. We talk to her probably weekly. She's a sponsor of the show, and we absolutely love what she's doing down there. Her and the Northern boys have invited us down there so many times. We just haven't coordinated it yet. But the cool part is, like, even Sergio and Roberto, they're like, hey man, you guys are family. Like, we watch you guys every week. You're family. We can't wait to hug your neck and hand you a cigar, man. And they're such great fucking people, man. It's awesome.
And those Northern boys, man, like, one thing I've been realizing lately is, the engagement online with cigar social media. Sometimes it's very difficult to get people to engage. You kind of got to give away free stuff. But that's okay, right? But those two guys right there are always commenting on Cigar TV and my personal stuff, and I appreciate that very much so. And it builds a connection, right? Like, you appreciate that stuff. Being in the cigar industry, you guys understand it. Like, you can't monetize in a lot of places, and you guys are doing sponsorships to make money, I guess, or whatever you guys are doing, and it's, that engagement helps a lot, just so much mentally, personally, but then also to expand your brand.
So one thing I will say about both the boys, and I think it's it's one of their wives, I believe, but one of them are usually on here at least once or twice a month in the comments watching the show. And they always post it on their social media that they're watching and stuff like that. So love it. It's really hard to get anywhere in this industry. It doesn't matter if you're on social media. It doesn't matter what you're doing on these platforms, YouTube, Rumble, whatever. It's easier to broadcast on Rumble, but there's no following on Rumble because it's still so small. But you said, about our sponsors. We were doing this for about a month, and we realized, because we do a cigar review every week, and we smoke 2 cigars, review it off the 2. And we realized after the first month, we were coming out of pocket a lot of money. And then when the editing programs, and then this program, and it's like, we both had to have that conversation that our wives are like, they're not liking this. And it was like, okay, how can we go about this to not have to pay anything? So we came down to, okay, what is this going to cost? This going to cost? How much are the cigars going to cost? Okay.
Break
How
even.
many people
That's
do
all
we
we
need?
want. Break even.
What do we need? And that's what we're doing. We're breaking even, and it's great. Our wives are happier, which makes us happier.
Everything we have extra goes towards promotion stuff like poker chips and our stickers, and we give prizes away every week because of what people are getting. So if you're contributing, you're getting it back every time. So I mean, we're just trying to break even and have fun with it and keep bringing people back. It's all about that community, man.
Yeah, there you go.
So my wife had a good idea, because every time we go out, somebody usually asks something about the podcast and what we do. And I never have any business cards or anything like that. And so she said, hey, why don't y'all do a poker chip that has your QR code on the back? You hand them a poker chip, say, scan this, you can find all of our stuff. Here's our business card. That's our latest purchase.
There you go. Shout out the wife.
Yeah. All right, so let's get off of us and go into you. As Mick says, I like to say, we'll back a few years. You let me know that you were a young, so let's go back a few years to when you were growing up. Where'd you grow up? What was you like as a kid? What was life like where you were at?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I born and raised in Florida. Born in Orlando. We bounced around a lot. Orlando, Cocoa Beach, Sarasota, Tampa. Beautiful family, typical American household. My dad worked, and my mother took care of the house and the kids. Good kid growing up. Was a pretty good athlete at a young age. I knew my first word was actually ball. So fun fact. Yeah, but I was a 4-star ESPN recruit. Played at Montverde Academy. If anybody knows basketball, high level high school, and 4-star ESPN recruit. And I committed to Virginia Commonwealth, VCU University, in Richmond, Virginia. So I went up there for 2 years. After that, I transferred back home to UCF, University of Central Florida, where I didn't finish out my career, man. I started getting down a slippery slope, and COVID was in between this. So I started, working out in the morning, and we were living in Sarasota, and we're here in Florida. So, we had about a week mask ban. You had to put the mask on for about a week. And then after that, it was kind of hit the beach, and there's tents outside of the bars where you can just do what you want to do. Started drinking a lot, man, and tried to come back and play basketball. And I had, get deep here quick, I picked up a cocaine addiction. So I couldn't drink without doing cocaine. And yeah, I tried to get back into the basketball, and, I was managing, right? But eventually Sean the partier was the identity that I liked more instead of Sean the basketball player. And quickly there, halfway through my senior year, my grandfather had passed away and left $30,000, and I had turned 20, whatever age to get the money. I had just turned that age, and I took off. So my addiction had spiraled. I took off, bolted, jumping motel to motel. And yeah, man, that's kind of, it was very odd or God, right? So I went to rehab once, AMA'd first week against medical advice, got up out of there, went back into what I was doing. And about 2 weeks later, man, I couldn't take it anymore. This incomprehensible demoralization, just living in complete fear and paranoia.
So let's go back just a little bit.
Go ahead.
Going into COVID, you said you started drinking a lot and stuff like that. That's typical college kid stuff. You always hear about it. You always, think about it. When you were drinking, how bad did the drinking get? Was it something that, all college kids get wasted, or was it like blackout moments?
I was never a blackout drunk. Maybe once or twice here or there, but it was, after a win, I would go out. I was always a weed smoker. I had failed a drug test through my freshman year of college, and so I couldn't smoke. And so I started drinking. But yeah, I was never really a blackout drunk. And after a win, I would go out, and then it turned into Friday and Saturday nights. Then we threw Thursday in there, and then screw it, Sunday mimosa, Sunday fun day, whatever, and then Mondays were $10 all you can drink. And just progressively, it was every day where I was going to practice smelling like a brewery. My coaches would say something, and, the cocaine was there, man. I remember I was
to say, how did drinking roll into cocaine?
I picked it up somewhere. I think the first time I tried it, I was at a party at VCU, and it like instantly sobered me up. It didn't like sober me up, but it definitely allowed me to drink more. And I fell in love right there. It was over after that. I had to have it to drink. But yeah, and then I started doing sober cocaine, sober blow, and that was not good whatsoever. Before practice, I remember I was ripping key bumps in the locker room, and I was dating a bottle girl at the time. Just bad decisions, right? All around, right? And waiting for her up at nighttime. I got to be up at 7 o'clock for practice. I'm up at 3, 4 in the morning. Like, just not a good scene whatsoever. And mentally, that took a toll on you, because I'm an athlete, right? And there's eyes on you, and there's a standard to uphold. So that mental battle as well. It wasn't like I could just be a regular college student, black out, and like crawl my way to class. It was like I had practice, eyes on me, coaches, parents, family, friends. And that mental battle started to wear on me more than I realized at the time. I now understand it, but back then I just had to get my buzz on, man.
Maybe you mentioned it, but how long did you keep that up? That was a lot, I'm sure, to juggle with school and practice and games and everything going on. Like, how long did you balance trying to keep those two lifestyles, going?
I drank. Throughout college, I was not the goody good, focused on basketball guy. Let me make that clear, right? I was having a good time. After COVID, so I would say about probably 3 years was heavy cocaine, alcohol use that I kept it up. And there's some people that go a lot longer. I'm grateful that did not happen. But yeah, it was about 3 years that I was juggling school, basketball, and partying.
So you said we
drank
rehab the first time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, when I partied hard. Like, it was not, just a couple drinks that, I've never drank an old fashioned. I've never had, a martini. It was always, let's throw it back. It was grab a bottle. Let's get this pregame going. Let's hit the bar.
So
and we're throwing it back.
You partied as hard as you played, if not harder.
Harder. Yeah.
Man. So you said you went into rehab the first time. What made you go to rehab the first time?
Honestly, I ran out of money. I had nowhere to stay. I had nowhere to sleep. Thank God my parents are both alcoholics and drug addicts. I've never seen them drink or drug, though. My parents have been sober longer than I've been alive, so they understood what I was going through. So shout out mom and dad. But I would, I should have been kicked out the house. I was probably home for a month, ran out of money, no drive, no nothing, just completely going backwards. I think I've thought about it 1,000 times why I'm not dead or in jail, and literally the only answer is God. But yeah, man, I rehabbed the first time, and I needed a place to sleep. Everybody was still the problem when I went in the first time. Everybody else but me was the problem. And so I took off, and I thought I could still control it. Just wanted to smoke weed and drink a little bit here and there. My obsession was not gone, and that was not the case.
When did you tell your mom and dad?
They knew. Oh, they knew. They knew when I was playing.
But when did you have that conversation?
Because
that had to. Either you broke it to them or they confronted you. Either way, that has to be a conversation that's hard. How'd that happen?
The first time I went to rehab, I don't remember when it happened, but I remember when I was done. One of my best friends in the whole world, Devontae, he was playing overseas and came home, and he met up with my parents, and I was spinning the parking lot at this Outback for probably an hour, snorting cocaine, because I was just trying to build up the courage to go inside and just sit there with them. So the next night they went out, they were just trying to get away from me as well. And I remember sitting on their kitchen floor, back against the oven, just bawling my eyes out. Just, I can't do this anymore. It was just, this weight was so heavy. I've never felt anything like it. I don't wish it on anybody out there. And I remember they walked in the door, and I was like, it's time. I really have to change my life, and I need serious help. It was the first time I ever asked for help. So, yeah, man.
So was that the ultimate breaking point to getting clean, or did you go back using again?
No, I've never drank or drugged again. I'm grateful every day that the craving to drink and drug has went away completely. my mom, she's a part of the 12-step community, and she calls us a one-chip wonder or whatever. So I never picked up a white chip before. That was my first one I ever picked up when I went to rehab the second time. But yeah, the obsession has been completely removed. And, it was very nerve-wracking going into rehab and knowing you're done because you have no idea who you are. But it is the biggest, sobriety is the biggest blessing, or cocaine. Cocaine or sobriety is the biggest blessing ever because cocaine brought the bottom up fast. So forever grateful for that.
Yeah, man. I guess every show, there's always that one moment that kind of makes you think, makes me think back on my childhood and whatever. And I never battled a lot of the things that you've obviously battled and you beat, man. But I've had moments where I should not be alive. I've done some really stupid shit in my life. And I thank God every day that there wasn't cell phones when I was a teenager or growing up, because honestly, I would not be anywhere near where I am today. It's just crazy stuff, man. But no, I'm super proud of what you've got. That's amazing. Most people have a long story and a long trail of relapses and things they had to overcome. That's amazing, man. It shows a lot about your strong will and just pushing forward, brother. Amazing.
Absolutely, man. It's funny. The second place I came to rehab was actually in Tampa. And so I came and partied every once in a while, but I use this term all the time. Was it odd or is it God? And I came over here. I didn't know it was Cigar City, didn't know I was going to get into the cigar industry, and I happened to be in Cigar City. And just the way this whole thing has unraveled, I'll be 4 years sober on August 30 next month. And just the way everything has just unraveled in my life is just, it's miraculous. It's a miracle. They say don't leave before the miracle happens, and we're still here, and it's hats off to the man upstairs for sure.
So that final trip to rehab, what was that like? What was it like coming to terms with, this isn't a place that I need to go because I need a place to stay. I'm serious now. My life's going to be different. What was that like?
It was definitely nerve-wracking at first. And I was when I was drinking and drugging, I was not hanging out with people. Let's make that clear. I was sitting in a motel room by myself. The only interaction I had for probably the year prior to that was my drug dealer and the person at the front of the motel checking in and out, right? And the Uber delivery driver. I wasn't leaving. So just getting socially back interacted was definitely a change. But the rehab I went to, Riverside Recovery, the owner used to play at Florida. So he's a football player. And then you had a lot of WWE, ex-WWE guys that were counselors there. So I definitely felt welcomed and I could relate to them because they had been through something similar as an athlete, and I needed that. Yeah, man, but it was definitely, you're gaining all your emotions back, things you had stuffed for years, feelings and stuff you just used to suppress and avoid, it got brought to light. And that place did a very good job at, making me realize why I was drinking and drugging, but also that I don't need that. And there is another way of life. So it was I was in there for 37 days. They had a half-court basketball. It was a beautiful facility. Honestly, if I could go back today for a week, just leave my phone at the front door, go eat food, and go to therapy sessions all week, I would do it right now.
Phenomenal. Not many people say that about rehab as well. It's awesome. And you can tell it was a true turning point for you, where you actually saw the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's amazing, man. So I guess my question would be, you brought up faith a lot. Was that something you always had? Were you brought up in that manner, or or was it something you kind of found along the way with your journey?
Yeah, growing up, we were definitely in and out of church here and there. I remember growing up, we would go to Bible school on Wednesday nights. We grew up Catholic. I always believed in God and Jesus, and that I always knew He was there, even in addiction. That sometimes I was praying to something else, but I could always feel Him with me. It wasn't until I was about a year sober, man. I don't even think I've told this story. I was still struggling with depression and suicidal thoughts. So that was something that was real for me, even a year into sobriety. You get your feelings back, and then life hits you, right? And you gotta start living sober. And it was tough, man. It was definitely tough in that first year. And I remember sitting with my sponsor, and I was like, my God lets me cuss. He plays ball, he goes fishing, all that stuff. And he said, whoa, it sounds like you're playing God. And I was like, whoa, you might be right. And I was playing basketballs on Sunday mornings from 8 to 10 at this YMCA. And I immediately looked up a church, and there was one 2 minutes down the street. So I would take a shower at 10 o'clock and went to the 11 o'clock service. And I have never look back. I mean, that church is the greatest thing. Radiant Church is the greatest thing that's probably happened to me. The community, just like cigars, the community there, the groups, the young men that I've met, the older gentlemen that I've met that have helped guide my life. And then just getting that weekly or bi-weekly spiritual connection from somebody else is something that I had. In 12 steps, man, they say it's your God of your own understanding. So I had created this God of my own understanding, but the way I look at it, my thinking and my creation got me into addiction. So for me to create my own God is not something that was going to work for me. So I had to go listen to somebody else. So that's where, you know, the church came along, and this newfound relationship with Christ has been in my life.
That's amazing. So stepping out of rehab, a brand new person, what was the first thing that you did leaving?
Definitely got some food that wasn't rehab food. My parents picked me up immediately. I mean, we went and checked into rehab. Into sober living. So I was in sober living for a while. I think I got a gym membership, and the first thing I did was hit a meeting. I hit a meeting with my sponsor. Yeah, man. I don't really recall. I remember I didn't have a phone when I was in rehab, which was unique. And I remember sitting there, and one person had texted me. I was gone for 37 days. Nobody knew where I was at. I had one person text me. It was a huge realization in my life that I am grateful for today. The affiliation versus friendship thing. So yeah, that was definitely an eye opener, and it kind of made me, you know, reframe my thinking very quickly. Instead of reaching out to people and trying to get back in the scene, that made me realize that, hey, you know, it's time for you to man up, you know, strap these boots up, and, you know, you got to work on you right now. So
you said over probably a year later is when you really started finding God, your religion, your beliefs, changing what you were, you know, from the God you created to the God that is real. Since then, you said you're now 4 years, so that would have been about 3 years ago. What does that path look like for you now? What is that relationship with God look like now?
It is a daily relationship. It is for an athlete, and for me personally, my whole life was measured on statistics. It was measured on my mile time, you know, my 3-point percentage, planning minutes, how many points you put up, you know, the grades you got in school. So it was all numerical. And for the first time in my life, and my relationships were transactional. And this is the first time in my life where you didn't see instant gratification. You had to be okay with the struggle. And it was something that you couldn't measure numerically. And I struggled with that for a while, getting into churches. Like, you know, why would God help or love somebody like me? You know, and I still struggled with sin, right? It wasn't like I just got clean across things like lust and things like worldly things and making things my idols, right? I definitely struggled. But realizing that, you know, I didn't have to measure that was something that is great. You know, you still have to strive to be a good person, but you know, not having to measure my relationship with God, it means that it's a daily thing. And sometimes it's a struggle, and sometimes it's beautiful, right? But you just take it for what it is, and you fall in love with the process and the journey instead of always looking at the destination and what you can get out of something.
How about clip that, Charles? That was great, man. Clip that shit. That was awesome, man. So I guess my journey, I grew up in the geese will not shut them. This is my last episode in Memphis. Last one on the deck, and these geese, man, they're all just starting to congregate as the show comes on. So I'm just gonna be muted the rest of the show. But anyway,
just saying goodbye, man. They're saying goodbye. That's all it is.
It's driving me nuts. But no, man, it's so I grew up in a super overbearingly religious household. I faded way away after I went out on my own in my early 20s, and as I get older, it slowly starts to come back together to a point of you figure out what works for you. And, you know, and it's not about making it comfortably work for you, but about, you know, how you truly feel about life and what it brings you and the peace that it brings you. You know what I mean? So I guess I look back at my relationship with my parents, and as I faded away, you know, they had their concerns and whatever. And as I come back together, I think it all comes back together. Was it kind of the same way with your parents? Were they super involved, like with how you felt about the church and about what it was doing for you, or how did that kind of fall into place for you? Because I know that was a big thing for me as I became older, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say necessarily my parents were pushing the church. I remember growing up like this in the 12 steps, we got the serenity prayer we say. And my mom, I told you guys, she was part of the program. She works a program. My dad's a dry drunk. But I remember like 12-step books being on coffee tables and then next to the shitter in the magazine cabinet, the rack. And I remember that being pushed. But yeah, it was never the church. My family's now spiritual, I would say. I wouldn't say that they were Christian, but they're definitely spiritual. And hats off, whatever works for you, right? But for me, it definitely had to be a God that somebody else could tell me and I could learn from.
So before we move on into what's next, something that you said kind of touched me because I had something similar when I was younger. You said when you got out, you checked your phone, you had one message. Out of all the people that you knew, there was one message. So after you got out and in the upcoming months of the following, what connections with people did you make? What was some of those relationships that you formed soon after that's still with you right now?
Funny, Otter God, my sponsor, right? I'm looking for you're going to meetings and they tell you to find a sponsor, right? And I'm looking, and I walk into this one meeting, and outside, of course, there's a guy in loafers and these aviator shades, and he's smoking a cigar. That's my guy. So JD, my sponsor, anonymity, whatever, they can't find you, buddy. But that guy was a rock for me. Still a rock in my life today. But a lot of young guys playing basketball. I found a community playing basketball. We would play Monday, Thursdays, and Sunday mornings. So I found that group. Those guys definitely helped me get interacted socially back into life. And then meetings. You meet people when you're going to meetings. We do this thing called 90 and 90 when you get sober. So you go to 90 meetings in 90 days. So you start meeting people and you get your social connection that way. I'm not saying that they're people I'm picking up the phone and calling every day. But if I had a problem, if I needed a shirt or a place to stay, or I was struggling thinking about drinking, I had those people that I could call, whether they were my age or on their way out. I definitely had a group of people who were there to help me if needed.
So let's go into your cigar journey. How, coming out of this, you got into smoking cigars. I know that your cigar influence happened many years before that, but let's go ahead and talk about your cigar journey. How did that happen? When did that happen?
Yeah, I don't remember the first cigar I smoked. My earliest memories were my dad and my uncle at family functions smoking when we would light a bonfire at night, and all the cousins would fight over the bands so we could wear them as rings. But my grandfather was, to my knowledge, one of the first people to ferment tobacco in bourbon barrels up in Kentucky. He owns a company called Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. He did. It's now passed on to my uncle. Bob mentioned is younger than me. Shout out Cody and Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. But I could always remember humidors wherever we would go, and cigar smoking was a part of the life. When I got clean, I was looking for any job, man. I was willing to scrub a locker room floor. I was thinking about getting my personal training license. And thank God for my parents, right? Like my father is I don't want to say he's a serial entrepreneur, but he's definitely a visionary and emotion man. He is able to make things happen. If it wasn't for him, I would not be here. I'm not one of those guys that say I built this by myself. But I'm also not naive enough to say I knuckled this thing. And I'm also not stupid enough to not use my best relationships, right? For a long time, I would fight the parent thing, like, oh, I have to get it out the mud, get it myself. And growing up in that basketball community, that's how it was for a lot of people. And that's who I was. I attracted that identity. But yeah, my dad is a huge resource. He owns a streaming company. And we were going to shoot a podcast. I knew a lot of NBA guys and I knew a lot of business owners. I had created a software. It was like Nike ID for sneakers, but it was for cigar bands. So we got this warehouse on 5th Ave in Ybor off of 7th Ave, the main strip. And we were going to do a private members lounge. And there was a 1-bedroom upstairs where we cut a hole in the wall. It's going to be a Saturday night live. Come watch, the live podcast with whoever, the NBA guy, restaurant owner, cigar lounge people, whatever. And it was going to be a members place. And we started building this place out and it all fell through. The owners never transitioned it from a residential to commercial, even though we signed a commercial lease. And it all fell through. The Ybor Historic District came through there and shut it down. And so we just started shooting content on 7th Ave. Me and one guy we hired, we literally bought a camera off Facebook Marketplace from a music store, Britton Plaza in South Tampa. And we just started shooting content, and it has picked up and spiraled. My father's in streaming, and you know, it was there was something there. We didn't know what it was or how it was going to become, but we literally just started pumping content. And I'm a big believer in biting and figuring out how to chew later. So that's kind of the moral of this story is bite and figure out how to chew.
Well, see, that's kind of the way we kicked off was just being a vice president and then a president of a cigar club. I had made a lot of connections, and Sin being one of them, you know, years ago. And when we decided to do this, it was like, who do we have on? So I had made friends, Brian with Cavalier, Sin, Enrique Sejas with his brand, Matilde. I started just reaching out to guys that I had been in contact with, and it's like, man, we're looking to do this. Is there any way you would give us some time? And every one of them said, hell yeah, let's go. And we started with some banger shows. I mean, they were horrible shows, but with some really good people. And it just snowballed.
On a lot smaller scale, I tried this before with a friend from up home, and just scheduling wise, it wasn't working out, especially with me moving away. And shout out Jeremy. But yeah, it's how it all started for me, and I wanted somebody else to do it with, and I joined a cigar club down here, and that's how we got started out. When I met Charles, I'm like, this is a perfect fit, man. With what you got, what I know about it, like, let's do this. And man, yeah, I feel you on that, man. Sometimes the best plans that we're not the ones in charge of, you know what I mean? And I know I'm not doing the faith thing again, man, but like everything happens for a reason, and Charles and I were put together for a reason, man. And I'm not saying we're top of our game yet or quite where we want to be, but man, from where we started to where we are now, it is unbelievable. Like every week I learn something new about a guest. We're doing what we like, and it started out just cigars, and now we're doing like Men's Mental Health Month. We're doing shows with Eddie Hall, which he had no clue what show he was on, but it was still a lot of fun. But it was a great show, man. But like, we just love what we're doing, and you're no different, man. It sounds like your journey was very much the same. You didn't know where it was going, but you had that faith, and you knew what you wanted to do, and you just took off with it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know, it's there's a lot there we could talk about, right? But I remember we went to PCA probably 4 years ago. We were in Vegas, and we went for Celebrity Cigars, the customization platform. And first day, we realized very quickly nobody cared, and we ran to the FedEx down the hallway and printed out these Cigar TV cards. But I mean, it's the power of the community, right? And the power of the leaf. Like, I was driving, we were shooting on 7th Ave. People were questioning, like, who the hell are y'all, right? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, global streaming channel, yada, yada, shooting content. And I would drive up and down the East Coast, Central Florida, shitty printout flyers on sheets of paper, like, hey, this is what we're doing. Can we come shoot content? And we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. No, we'll get back to you. And we stuck with it, man. And I'm going to shout out Frank from Casa de Monte Cristo. He was at the Tampa store. He's now down in Boca. He's worked his way up this ladder. But his brother is Dom, who works at Grand Cathedral. So we shot Casa de Monte Cristo with Frank. The next week was Dom at Grand Cathedral. And then they hooked us up with Mike at JR Cigar Outlet. And from there, these people have, in the cigar community, it speaks volumes to it as far as people willing to take their time, send out text messages, and, plug you in with people that you need to plug in. It's very similar to the church as far as, people willing to help, which is something that was so new to me. It was something that I fell in love with about the cigar industry early on.
So going into Cigar TV, you kind of mentioned, how it got started, but what was that origin story? I mean, was it, hey, I want to interview people? Because you're like me. You said that you hate being in front of a camera. My number one fear in life is being in front of people. I do it daily for my business, but I also do it weekly by coming on here and putting my ugly mug in front of a camera. So what was that origin story? Because it couldn't be, I just want to be on TV.
No, absolutely not. I mentioned my father's in streaming, and my grandfather had passed away. And I guess he wanted to continue the legacy and kind of had this idea on the back burner. I remember early on, I was even still in addiction, and he had a bunch of ideas on a whiteboard, and this was one of them. And I wanted nothing to do with it. But the interview started, I was behind the camera. I was okay with asking questions, being off camera, and kind of just producing and guiding the conversation and what needed to happen. And, you know, it's completely different than what it is now. But slowly but surely we had a host, but it's tough. People have jobs and families, and, you know, you're booking times on a Tuesday at 2:00. People got jobs, they can't make it. So I had to step into that role. It was just something that I had to do. It was very uncomfortable. But I'm in love with it now. It is my purpose, right? Is to stay sober and help the next person. And I do that with the interviews, right? Is, you know, obviously they're cigar oriented, but the off camera before and after, those conversations are faith filled. You know, they're definitely diving into what people are struggling with. Like, I want to get to know you, right? And that's been something that's definitely helped not only myself, but our company. Is it's not just a transactional relationship. It is very much like, you know, what do you have going on? Are you okay? How are your kids? It's, you know, can I help you in any way? And then the sobriety and the faith thing, man, it's surprising how many people in this industry are one of either or both combined. And, you know, it's just that instant connection. And even sitting in cigar lounges, man. I mean, one of my best friends is 62 years old. He's an OBGYN. Never in my life would have thought that I would be talking to this guy. And it's just, it's become something that I crave and I need, right? I find myself in isolation a lot if I'm not careful. But the cigar community has helped me very much so get myself out there. I mean, for 100%.
Man, I'll jump on that real quick. So I feel like, again, we have the connection on this side of it too, because I feel like that's what we try to do. Like, every person we've ever had in the show, if they post something, we're reposting it. If they're doing something, we're trying to do something for them because they took time out of their day to be on our show. And we have those relationships with so many people now that we're like, we consider them family, man. Like, we would do anything to help them out, and they do the same for us, man. So I feel that 100%. I love this community 100% for that. It's why we keep doing this. We're not going to get rich off this. We have fun with it, man. We like hanging out with cool people on Thursday nights and just, you know, see where it goes. But no, man, I think unless the geese were talking to me again and I completely missed it, your cigar journey. What were you always into cigars? Like, were you always, what was your first cigar that you actually fell in love with and actually took you down a rabbit hole with smoking cigars?
I don't know the answer to that question. A lot of people, they can tell you the first time they smoked a cigar. I'm not one of those guys. It's funny. The first box of cigars I ever bought was a Tobacco Cafe con Leche. So we came a long way. But yeah, my first cigar memory, I mean,
like I guess was there one that you smoked that you were like, wow, okay, like, you know what I mean, like one that, cause I still remember, and it's not even a good cigar. Okay, it's not a terrible cigar, but it's not one that I would go back to 100 times. A San Cristobal. I remember smoking a San Cristobal like a few years ago, probably like 5-6 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is why people love cigars, because this thing had so much depth to it and had transitions to it. Is there a cigar like that for you that really stuck with you?
Me and my dad, we were in Miami. I was sober maybe 5-6 months, and we were at an event. We were sitting on the porch or the outskirts of this hotel in downtown Miami, and he pulled out some Cubans. It was a party guest. I don't remember what number it was, so I got spoiled early with good cigars. But that conversation was what I remember. I'm more of like a event memory kind of guy instead of the cigar. But yeah, that conversation was very much so like, do I want to get back into basketball, yada, yada. And, you know, we had this conversation. It's where I really locked into Cigar TV and building a business was, you know, God made this happen to you. You went through this now because who would have known? I mean, you could have went and made millions of dollars playing in the league or overseas. And then you could have fell into addiction with all this money and burned it all down. You could have been 40 years old and had a couple million and screwed it all up. But, you know, there's a reason that this happened now. And, you know, you can get into business now and be set up at 40, be clean, be sober. And that happened. And I remember that conversation very vividly. And that's the moment for me where I remember, all right, we're going all in with Cigar TV. And I'm also going all in with my sobriety. And, you know, basketball was a great thing for me. It took me a lot of places. I met a lot of great people and still great morals and values in me. But, you know, I closed that door at that hotel that night.
So perfect segue to go into Cigar TV. So you started out basically walking around, dude with a camera, asking questions. You're not a dude with a camera asking questions anymore. You've got a team behind you. So let's go into how you went from the dude with the camera to your team. what were some of the big steps along the way to get you to where you have your own studio now? You have a building that looks like it has multiple studios in it.
Yeah.
Let's go from beginning to where you're at now.
So, like I said, my father streams television, so they had a studio in Orlando. They have a studio in Orlando, but it was kind of step by step. Man, we had one guy that we brought another videographer on because we were shooting a different show in Orlando, and we had that team over there. I mean, we now have 7 people here in Tampa and a team of about anywhere from 8 to 10 that work on projects for us over in Orlando, between programming, graphic design, managing the channel, just creative guys. We actually just brought on a sales guy, old Davidoff rep. So our sales guy is locked in now. So we're ready to make this thing, we're ready. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a slow process and a lot of question marks and questioning. Are we okay here? Are we doing the right thing? We believe that there's an avenue here. There's an opportunity to meet, I don't want to disprint, right? But it's time to shift, right? It is what it is. But yeah, it was definitely a slow journey, and you bring on piece by piece when you needed it. And right, you kind of throw people into roles that are very versatile, multimedia specialists, people who can video edit, who can travel. People come, people go. And it has definitely been a learning process. But yeah, the team has grown, and we're at a good place now. There's been some money invested, but we see a return, and we have a plan of return. And we've built the relationships, right? Like for 2-3 years now, we've been funding this stuff. A lot of people don't know this. Like, this is not a joke. We're not here to, herky jerk YouTube BS, right? Like we're coming after this thing, right? We have a lot of things in plan too, but yeah, it has been an all-in type of situation here, and definitely shifted with that lounge shutting down that we were opening. It was like, all right, we're either going all in or we got to back out of this thing, and yeah, it's been a learning process, man. I mean, it's my first time out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went from rehab and hooping to like we got to talk to people now and figure this thing out.
That's amazing, man. No, you're doing great work. I've watched quite a few interviews, not as many as Charles, apparently from the green room conversation, but I did see an interview with you and your dad. He was talking about all of the streaming stuff that he had done previously, and everything just kind of came together. How was that conversation leading into that? How was that conversation with your dad being like, how do we do this? Is it doable? Kind of one of those.
Yeah, so he owns a company called Freecast. So they manage and aggregate fast channels. So you see like a lot of old school cable where the world has turned to streaming, and these people on cable have nowhere to put their content. So he would take all the content, format it for streaming services, and publicize it that way, take a cut of the ad revenue, sponsorship, things of that stuff. So they manage about 600-700 channels. So it's a serious operation, right? But they had never built a channel before. And so this was our first one. Obviously, legacy to my grandfather up here, was a big motivational factor in us doing the cigar thing. But, the conversations were that we knew that this was going to be a 3 to 5 year thing. And that he couldn't be in this full time because he has other things going on. So, blessing. People say don't go into business with family. Me and him, a lot of our conversations are business oriented, right? But, I love my father to death. And now having that sober mentality and growing up quickly, I've realized a lot of things from my past and a lot of things moving forward, why he operates the way he operates. And he understands why I operate the way I operate. And it's a great team, man. It is a great, there's some cuss words thrown around here and there, but, I'm very grateful for the relationship with him.
So let's talk about Cigar TV. Let's talk about Cigar TV itself. I know earlier when I first started watching you, there was a lot of it was slow to get things uploaded to it. There wasn't much going on, but the way you're talking now is this by the end of this year and definitely going into next year, Cigar TV is about to change a lot. So let's talk about what you have already on there, what you have that you're bringing on. I know you said you have some shows that you guys have created yourself, as well as shows that you have brought on. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we have a lot of content. We have a lot of content. I mean, I've shot over probably 150 now, just cigar lounges. We've shot over 30 factories. We've been to DR twice, Costa Rica, Nicaragua for 9 days. I mean, we've been to a lot of places here. And it's funny, like, just bring up Sin, right? Like, this stuff takes time, right? So people see the stuff on social media maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month after it kind of comes out. We hammer it hard for that first month. But like, we're editing Sin stuff from September right now to get it upload on the channel. And not only that, it's like it gets inserted into a time slot. So it's not like we're done and we upload it. It's a streaming network. It's not YouTube where you just create this stuff, which we do YouTube. So if you want to go check out some of the quick snippets, vlog style stuff, you can go to our YouTube. But like the shows are in depth, man. I mean, we're breaking down the story, their backstory. We're breaking down how the hell they got there, the product, the facilities, the way that they do their processes. I mean, we're getting into it, right? I mean, not only the owners, but we're talking to rollers, and we're talking to, so this content is very elaborate, right? So it takes a lot more time than people think. Like, people hit me up like, where the hell's my episode at? I'm like, oh, shit, it takes time, right? Like, we get you the social clips, but this full form, 22-minute episodes they're in depth and they take time. There's a lot of graphics and, commercial ad insertion places and breaks. You have to do stuff. But it takes time. But yeah, man, it's, we're hammering it hard. We launched the lounge program. So to move to the future, right? We launched the lounge program at PCA where lounges can play the channel. We can track how many minutes and hours that they watch the channel. We'll give them a cut of the ad revenue. We quickly paused that. We realized that we needed more consumer engagement before we launched the lounge program. I mean, we just hit 2 million minutes on Roku. That's just one streaming service. That's 32,000 hours stream. That's no joke, right? That's a lot of minutes, right? It was an hour going into PCA. After PCA, we saw a surplus. But we have behind the scenes, previous to PCA, have been building an app. It connects consumers, retailers, manufacturers, media, and influencers all in one place. It's not a journal, a diary to track your things, which it does do, but it gives manufacturers and lounges data. It connects consumers socially to each other, to lounges, and to manufacturers. And there's also a thing we've created called Cigar Tube in our heads. So guys like yourself will definitely be able to benefit from this, where we will give you a cut of the ad revenue, and there's a place for you guys to host your content. We're not telling you pull it off YouTube. We're not telling you don't do Rumble and these Patreon, these other things that you guys are doing. It's another platform, all cigar people. We will give you a cut of the ad revenue for placing your content. So, I mean, it goes way more in depth than that, and nobody really understands it, but that's why we haven't launched it yet. We've been working on it to make sure it's finalized. It'll be done in November, and we're doing a very hard launch at PCA in Vegas next year. So on top of the channel as well, right? The channel is going to drive it in lounges. People at home can watch as well. It'll also be playing in the app. But it is this ecosystem. Cigar TV is trying to branch itself from this media tag. We have created an ecosystem where everybody can live. Kind of like what Amazon did back in the day. They started with books. We started with television, but it slowly became the source for tires and hats and Stanley Cups and soda. It's this ecosystem that combines everything socially. So very excited about this. And we think it's going to do wonders for the industry.
Amazing, man. If there's anything we can ever do to help, man, I usually save this for the end of the show, but man, we're here for that. It's not, we're looking out for ourselves a little, but man, we want to help the community, man. And it sounds like you're in it for the exact same reasons, man. Like, you want to build something that's bigger than yourself, man. And that's what we've always tried to do as well. So anything we can do to help.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys mentioned it earlier, the cigar industry. I mean, just manufacturers alone. I mean, you're looking at a 10-year before you even turn a profit, right? Like, you're in this thing for the long haul. So we've been building these relationships, and we kind of plan this ahead of time, where it's like, all right, we're going to have to fund this, and we're going to have to get real good at building relationships. And that's where I'm good. I can get in the door and shake a hand and have that connection, right? But we needed somebody on the back end to come slide in and say, hey, now it's time. We've helped out, and here's what we're doing. Let's throw a little trust in here, and I promise you, in the back end, we will shift this industry. So that's why with this new hire of the sales rep guy from Davidoff, is going to do a big help for us. But yeah, man, it's all relationships. It has been a patient relationship process for sure.
So talking about the shows that you guys produce for your own, I know we talked about it. You talked about it on your intro of who you are. But for the people who are on here, let's go ahead and talk about you produce some of your own content, your own shows for certain time slots. What are the shows that you guys do that is Cigar TV produced?
Absolutely. So my favorite, Unrolled, is our destination show. So we go to cigar lounges, tobacco farms, distribution centers, and we break these places down, right? It could be a mom and pop shop in Lakeland, Florida, or we're going to Perdomo and Fuente factories in DR, Nicaragua, right? Like, we're breaking this thing down. We tour the place, and we sit down for an interview. We chop it up into a 22-minute episode. Next would be Behind the Blend. We shoot here in our Tampa studio. We bring in reps. We bring in owners of brands. We break down whatever product they want to highlight, the branding, kind of how they got there, their role in the company, right? So people get to learn this as well. Like, being a sales rep, what does that even mean, right? Like, what is that partake? And then I sit them down and learn their backstory, kind of like what we're doing now. We chop that into a 22-minute episode. We do cigar QVC. So it's called Cigar Essentials. I don't know if you guys know of Howard G. Cigars out of Orlando, Florida. Him and his wife host that show. So we sling accessories. And we're actually launching a shop page here shortly. So all the affiliate things will be on there. And so there's that, which is really cool. You get to see random crazy products as well. Like, obviously the main cutters, lighters, but you also see weird gadgets for your house. Like, I saw one where you can put like whiskey or bourbon in the bottom of something. You stick your cigar in there and it does. I mean, just crazy things, like humidors and just wild things. Then we do Lounge Life, which I mentioned, which is at Grand Cathedral. We shot season 1. We will be shooting season 2 either there or at the new spot Roosters. It is it's like Pawn Stars. We shoot 3 guests a show, but instead of them coming and trying to sell something, it's saying, hey, I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm visiting Tampa, find me a cigar with Tampa roots. The tobacconist will show them 3 cigars. At the end, they pick a cigar. We also tell a storyline throughout. So kind of, if they're setting up for an event or we're doing a competition between the tobacconists who can sell the most, we tell a storyline. And then the last show, Burn Rate is a cigar rating show with 2 tobacconists. We show people why cigars are rated what they're rated. You can find it on our website under our show tab. You can go to Burn Rate, and there's a scorecard there. It's about 20 different variables. It's a little in-depth, but it shows people exactly why we're rating cigars what we're rated. So when I got into the industry, it was like I'm seeing 92s and 94s. And as a semi-good student, I was like, all right, that's a fantastic score. You're telling me out of 100 questions, this cigar only got 6 things wrong? You smoked that thing the whole way through, and there was only 6 problems with that cigar. It didn't make sense to me, right? I quickly learned, there's other variables that get involved and things of that nature. So there's no bias in that one, I'll say, to keep it neutral here. But yeah, it's a cigar rating show. And we show people exactly why cigars are rated what they're rated. For us, a cigar to get in the 9s, go buy it right now. If it gets in the 8, it's a fantastic cigar. I mean, and to be honest, there's big brands that these guys, I mean, it hasn't even scored in the 6s, right? So this is not, it's honest review of cigars from 2 tobacconists. One guy's been in the industry for over 40 years and another guy's been in it for 10. Young guy that has more passion about cigars than anybody I know, right? Develop palettes. They can pick stuff out. I could throw them a couple wrappers and a couple binders and they can tell you where it's from, like those kind of palettes. I'm not that guy, right? Good thing I don't host that show. But yeah, and then we also do original documentaries to close it out. If it's events. We just shot one with My Warriors Place, which is a veteran-owned camp or facility where military and first responders can come and stay. There's a gun range and a cigar lounge on property. It's also on water, so they do retreats and mental awareness and health for them. So we went and highlighted that, got to shoot some guns and hang out, smoke some cigars, and talk about what cigars meant to them when they were overseas, right, in war. So we got to whip that up. That'll be coming out Labor Day. Yeah, we do all kind of things, man. PCA, we're always running gun and doing different things. So got a couple more lifestyle shows coming out here at the end of this year, beginning of next. Maybe a little golf game, maybe a little liquor involvement. We're getting into some things.
So did I notice that you had some other podcasts that you kind of co-stream with them as well?
Yes. So we brought on, when we first started the channel, we needed content. So we had brought on partner content. So we brought on Creekside, Pravada Cigar Club, the Cigar Guys, and I believe the Burn Down podcast. And I think there was another one that's faded, right? But we are moving towards 100% original content on the channel. When we first started, we had to fulfill that. And then with, like I mentioned earlier, the cigar tube that we're adding, once we do make this transition, we're going to open up this platform for people like yourself, podcasters, influencers, media creators to where their content can live.
Definitely check out some of our episodes. Do not check out the first 20. Those are horrible. But if you like kind of what you see, we may be game to do something and partner up with you as well, because we are 100% invested in what you're doing, because nobody's doing it. And with the time you've put into it, I love listening to you talk about the way that you want to do the interviews and stuff, because it sounds like the way that we want to do our interviews. We don't want to talk about, hey, what was your first cigar, first question. We want to get in depth with who you are, because your past made you who you are today. So check out some of those and see what you think about them.
Absolutely, man. And that's why we were picky when we first started, and was something we battled, was this partner content, right? Because a lot of podcasts, man, it's low quality, it's not consistent, and two, they're talking about politics and random stuff, right? Like, I needed it to be cigar oriented, right? If we're talking about who we are, that's fantastic, but it has to be focused on this, right? I couldn't bring on guys just randomly spitballing things, right? So that was a challenge for us, was bringing on content at the beginning. So I appreciate what you guys are doing, and definitely a conversation we can have once this thing is done.
Yeah, I would say that even the guests we have on that aren't cigar related, we somehow tie it in, because it's always a full circle kind of thing. So it's always kind of a big thing for us, man. But we absolutely, like Charles said, man, we absolutely love what you're doing, because there's really nobody trying to bring that content that everybody wants all in one place, all in kind of that one all-inclusive place, man. So we absolutely love what you're doing. So what's next, man? I mean, you got a lot on your plate. What's next for you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're shooting behind the blend in studio stuff at the moment. And we're shooting another season of QVC or Essentials. So we had Matt Booth in last week. We had Domain Cigars in today. Got a couple company. We got Michael Herklotz coming in next month, a couple other brands. But October, we will pick travel back up. I'll be Miami, Atlanta, and California. I'm going to try to do San Diego and LA at the same time. But we're also going to the new Nelson Alfonso factory in Spain in October. So that'll be a huge gift for us. Be a huge relationship we're trying to build here. And then, like I mentioned, this app, we want it to be done in November. We got a Drew Estate barn smoker you guys are probably aware of. We're going to go film that as well in November. I wouldn't say partner in that aspect, but it's definitely going to be more in-depth than just a couple camera guys showing up. And hopefully the app is ready by then, so we can kind of show them and show consumers what we're all about. And then I mentioned PCA hard launch. We actually have a call with Josh on Monday to pitch some ideas about how we can not only elevate PCA and Cigar TV, but elevate that event in general. It's a fantastic event. Do not get me wrong. I love the trade show. But we're in Vegas. Let's make a bang, man. We got some ideas and some things that we're going to pitch to him. And we've built a relationship with them and the women of PCA over the last 2 years. And, we're at that place, right? And so those are the main big things coming up.
I know Mick's probably got a couple of questions left, but I've got a couple of questions as well that are probably going to leave you a little long-winded. So the first one is, looking at the pictures over your head right now, knowing what your grandfather was, into and bringing, barrel-aged cigars. Could you go over that story a little bit? Because you're talking about Orlando. I lived in Deltona for a while. That's pretty cool. He was outside or inside Lexington. I lived in Lexington for a while. And one of the first cigars was a Blanton's cigar. And when I found that out, it was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. So could you go into a little bit of that information?
Yeah, man. He was one of those visionaries, man. And, I wouldn't say a regret, and I think my father has the same thing as, we weren't involved growing up with, they were in Kentucky. We were in Florida, right? And we were playing ball and traveling. But one of my biggest regrets was my last name, Mobley, right? Like, not really spending that time and building that relationship. I wish I could go back, man. I really wish I could go back and have the relationship. He's definitely looking down now. We're doing an original documentary on him, actually. But the story, from my understanding, is that they would do a fishing trip to Mexico every year. And as soon as these boys would get off the boat, they would run, or get off the plane, they would run and go find cigars. And my grandfather's watching them like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what is the craze or the amaze with the cigars? He got back to Kentucky. They bought a house with a barn in the back. And he started doing this stuff with tobacco, going around to the distilleries, picking up barrels and pitching his idea. And slowly but surely, man, I know they did stuff for Blanton's. I know they did stuff with Fireball, a couple other distilleries. But yeah, man, he was, to my knowledge, the pioneer of that. I don't want to say flavored game, but that infused distillery whiskey bourbon thing. And they built a great following up there. And, you know, he had the knowledge and the power to start it. But as far as to bring it to market and really expand it like a Drew Estate did, he didn't have that knowledge, right? He didn't have that know-how to really expand that thing into the market. So it's something, you know, we want to make sure that we carry on his legacy while also building our own here.
So I will say that when you go to some of these distilleries, because I do a lot of distillery tours. Mick is a big brewery tour person. I have visited pretty much every distillery, whether it's craft or whether it is a heritage distillery. I love the tour. I can hear somebody talk about a mash bill 1,000 times, and I geek out on it. Same thing with somebody when I have somebody who's really nerdy into cigars, and they start talking about, you know, the different rolls and the different flavor nuances and how they get that. To realize that, you know, I've gone to 2 or 3 different distilleries, and you see those little tubos, those glass tubos, and it's got a Blanton's or I can't remember what some of the other ones. A Maker's Mark was one, but you see those and realize that it's a full circle, because the things that I've tried, I'm talking to the guy whose family created that. That's amazing.
It's pretty incredible, man. It's pretty incredible. I mean, this industry, man, it's always, like we mentioned, all these dots, they all come together, and eventually, y'all, we are going to get here. And we're very close. I mean, just things like this, I mean, we're very close to one big dot.
So my last question, you're talking to people through the cigar industry. You're talking to legacy brand owners. You're talking to boutique brand owners. Give me your thoughts on legacy versus boutique. Where are their place in the industry, and where is your palette now? Are you picking up more into, you're sticking with that legacy and you're finding new legacy, or are you like some of these boutique guys got it going on? Where do we all stand?
We're at a very interesting time. Very interesting time. You're seeing this next generation come in, and you kind of just mentioned it, this cigar nerd, this 30 to 45-year-old range where guys are getting into it, right? Like the drinking numbers are down. The younger guys are coming in. All right, I don't have to be hungover. I can smoke a cigar, get a lot of networking done and business done. With that being said, as far as me personally, I live here in Tampa. It is legacy, right? It's Fuente, Padron, Perdomo. I mean, just your big guys, right? It's Placencia now, right? But I mean, I have the ability to have boutique brands come in. When I travel, I'm into the online stuff. I love picking up things I hear other people talk about. So my palette is, if I can find something I'm interested, I'm definitely picking it up. But if I just lived here in Tampa and I wasn't doing Cigar TV, I would definitely be a legacy brand smoker. But in the industry, man, it's very interesting. I think there's a place for both, right? There's definitely a place for both. I think these boutique guys are definitely smart. They take the time. They spend the money to travel back and forth to Nicaragua and DR, be fully invested in these factories and what they're building. But you also have to respect and can't knock the big guys for these vertically integrated companies and these systems that they've built. It is very impressive, the type of companies and just overall numbers that they have. I mean, Perdomo looks like a movie set in Nicaragua. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's 300-yard buildings full of just these palones, right? Like hundreds of rollers, JC New. I mean, all these places. And is that we're at an interesting time where we're at the nerd range where you can get your hands on legacy. And so guys are starting to branch out, right? Like, where do I get this? They're doing things with you guys, right? Like Creekside and LA Cigar Collective. I'm going to shout out 2 lounges that I think are just monumental to the next generation and creating experiences. And I think that's what this next generation is driving for. So whatever company is able to, whatever companies are able to kind of grasp this experiential next generation uniqueness, I think is going to take some reins here, right?
Well said, man. I truly believe that even the biggest of the legacy brands kind of look at the boutique industry now and say, shit, man, they might be onto something, because people are kind of gravitating that direction. It's the cool thing is, like, I think the boutique guys know that they can't swing and miss as much, you know what I mean? Because they're doing these smaller batches and they got to sell them. But the bigger brands are kind of like, we can take a swing and a miss. We're just trying to kind of get in that realm, you know, to make sure that we're following suit. So I think both are really helping each other out in the long run. It's amazing to watch, man.
I mean, the big guys, go ahead. No, let me get out the way here.
No, man. It's your show, bud. It's your show.
Doing it for 100 years, right? Like, you know, generations and generations, right? So that whole swing and a miss thing is a great point. And they have established customers, and they've done the legwork, right? So now they're trying to shift on the back end, and they're kind of, their sons and daughters are taking over now. So we're seeing a change in hands here. So you're starting to see who's going to make it as far as legacy. I think there's a couple that are going to fall off, and I think a couple boutique companies are going to step into that role. You see it with the Foundation, you see it with the Saka, Dunbarton, you see these guys that are stepping in. I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see a couple more of these guys kind of work their way in, and they've established these followings in their area, and it's slowly starting to expand. Like Definition, I know we were talking about earlier. Like, that guy's all over the place right now. Are you kidding me? Like, not only is the band cool, the damn cigars are good. He's involved, and he has this community around him, and that's something that's gonna live on, man. And so, you know, shout out him and Definition Cigars. And I mean, there's a lot of other brands that are like that you're gonna start, that are gonna stick around. I think a couple of brands through, like, all right, are we gonna make it? I think a couple of people have stepped outside of that, got their foot in the door for sure.
I agree, man. Jamon's such a good dude, man. He's just we had him on the show recently, and the next day he's like, can I become a sponsor? We had to literally create a sponsorship for him, because we didn't want to say no to somebody we loved that much. Like, he was so great, man. And I truly love his cigars. I put his up in my top range every fucking day.
It's so just good. He flew in from Nicaragua to Miami, flew to Tampa, had all his bags with him, shot a show with us, and then went home. I mean, come on. Like, you know, like, the people take that time. I would have been exhausted. I would have been like, who the hell are y'all? Like, I'm beat, you know, like, Nicaragua for a couple weeks. I don't know if I can do it, but man, just hats off to that guy. And it shows. I mean, it shows that you have to do things like that if you want to make it in this industry. And that's why he's around.
Yeah, he's always out and about, man. Just a great real human being, man. Real human being. So I guess one of my last questions is, it's kind of random. I could have saved it for the end, but so I know we talked Grand Cathedral. I love that place. Is there another place in Ybor City or somewhere? I've been to Ybor many times, the whole Tampa area. Is there a place that you'd be like, man, don't miss this spot, don't sleep on it, this is a great lounge, they have a great selection? What's your thoughts on that?
King Corona, right on 7th Ave.
Okay.
They got this fishbowl. You can sit outside. Ybor gets a little crazy about this time. Right, you start seeing unique individuals, I'll say. So you can people watch. The cigar selection is fantastic, and they have a house blend, right? It's made at Tobacco State, Costa Rica, the same factory as United. We actually got the opportunity to go with them and blend a cigar. Their house blend, it's called the Calacho, is one of my top 3 favorite cigars of all time. I smoke that thing religiously 3-4 times a week. Actually, my birthday party is next week. My birthday is next Friday, and so we'll be hosting the birthday party there. Beautiful establishment, just like Grand Cathedral, how you walk in and you have that homey feel. The bartenders, the tobacconists are very involved. They get to know you. It's the same aspect. And they're also opening a lounge called King Corona 1902 on the opposite side of Ybor, which is going to be a high class. They're modeling it after Burns Steakhouse, 2-level, cut and light, suit and tie type of deal. So it'll be a very unique experience for Tampa. The only place I've been to like that is the Carnegie Club in New York, where, you know, they serve you a menu. Obviously, they have a humidor on the first floor you can buy and go upstairs, but they'll also be serving you as well. Very high class, a lot of events, steaks and cigars, wine and cigars. They're going to have a wine cellar there. So I'm very excited for that. That'll be coming out in December around Ybor. I believe it's called the Heritage Fest, Ybor Cigar Fest in December, which is a big event here, first Sunday in December.
So I plan to be there for that one.
If that lounge is open, I'm gonna go to the festival. You can see the festival from the balcony. It's on 7th Ave, a corner building. It's literally, there's a rooftop lounge called Sterling. Sorry, I'm raining here. fantastic lounge, but you got to kind of look over, right? This one, I mean, it's a full balcony. You can sit, see Ybor, like parades and things Ybor does. It's going to be a fantastic venue, and I'm very excited for that. Not to shout out our YouTube channel. Yeah, but you can see we're doing a series, either a 4 or 5 part series on the build out of that. So we've shot episode 1. You can see the guts of the place and what it's going to become. So very excited for that.
Amazing. Yeah, I was only ever to one super, super, super high-end lounge, and I'm really upset right now that I can't remember the name of it, but I was in Denver, Colorado, and we walked in jeans and long-sleeve shirts, and it was wintertime, and everybody had, like, there was like a 3-piece band up front, like, playing cello, and we're like, we're here for cigars, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's in the back. They didn't kick us out, but they probably should have because of how we were dressed. Everybody else was in suit and tie. We walk back there, the dude walks up with the, the napkin over his arm or I don't even know what you call it. It was too fancy for me, man. But it was insane. But it was one of the coolest experiences I ever had because like they're selling you a menu and an experience. It wasn't just you were buying a cigar. You weren't picking it out of a humidor yourself. They were explaining the blends, explaining everything, and it was amazing. But yeah, no, I mean that's cool. I'll check it out next time I'm in Tampa, and I appreciate the gesture, man.
Yeah, you guys got to stop into that place, man. Either shop. I mean, you can go into flip-flops and shorts in the main King Corona. The other one, you're probably going to have to – no ripped jeans and no flip-flops. That's all I'll say. I don't know what the dress code is yet, but no flip-flops and no ripped jeans.
So we have you for 2 more segments. Both of them are questions from from us and from our guest and Patreon. So the first one is going to be our Hotbox questions. And what we always like to ask everybody – Hotbox questions are 2 questions from Mick, 2 from I that are random questions to you, not to us. But we want to ask, are you willing to play Hotbox questions?
Let's do. I used to love a good Hotbox. Let's make it happen.
There we go. Hotbox questions are brought to you by Beard Apothecary.
Y'all know me. You know, Ireland 11, Beard Apothecary. Got tattoos? We got you covered. Got a pretty mustache? Got you covered. Got a dirty beard? Yeah, got that covered. Wash it, condition it. Got a beard? How about this? We got you. Order that stuff. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Huge thanks to John. Even though you're not our favorite Aldi, all of his stuff is made there at his house by his wife. It is all natural. It is all great products. Mick uses it religiously. I've got a smaller beard, but I still use it because the scent is great. I'm going to get your mailing address offline. I'm going to send you some Beard Apothecary stuff for you to try.
Thank you. I was going to write it down, man. You got a fan here. You got a customer now. Bearded Apothecary?
Beard Apothecary. Once you try it, you won't go back to anything else.
It's amazing. The best stuff in the world, man. The butter, I use the butter every day for the last 3 years, and it's the best shit I've ever had. It's amazing.
Hey, Mick, what's the best scent that he offers?
All right, first question. So he just came out with one called Bearded Swifty because his wife's a big Taylor Swift fan. I refused to buy it. Charles sent me one just to be an asshole, and now I've bought it twice since. So it really pisses me off.
So good.
It smells
so good.
Amazing. I'm still every morning I look at it, I'm like, ugh. But I put it on. Yeah, it's great, man. So
all right. So question number 1, Mick, what you got?
All right. Because I need post-show promo music, what is your favorite band or artist? You can go with 2 if you need to, but
okay. It's funny, the AI thing getting brought up here. I've been into AI music lately. There's a guy called Eddie Dalton. He has a song called Another Day Old. I have that song on repeat for the last, month. It is a fantastic song, but that is the first one that comes to mind.
Okay. I'll go with that.
It's fantastic, man. It is incredible.
All right, so question number 2. If you could relive one day in your life exactly how it was, what would that day be?
Dominican Republic with my mother. We got to go to the Fuente factory. We actually got to go on a Grand Cathedral trip. First day we toured the factory, but the second day they bring you to the chateau, the Hemingway replica house where all the opus leaf is, and me and her walking around that place, having that mother-son moment on a trip without cameras, just being with Grand Cathedral community. I remember me and her walked around. They got horses and flamingos, and you're in the barns, and she is just enamored with the beauty of this place. And I got to show her my new life and what I'm doing, and her new son, who never used to talk to anybody, who now has built long-lasting relationships. For her to see that, I could relive that moment every single day.
That's awesome. That's why we ask these questions.
Chills, brother. Chills, man.
Yeah,
Chills.
I'm getting emotional here. Yeah.
All right, Mick, number 3.
All right, mine's not quite as deep as that. I always hate following that fucker. But anyway, so if you could have a cigar with any person, dead or alive, who would it be and why? And I think I already know your answer, but go ahead, man.
My grandfather. I never got to share a cigar with him, but 100% him. And, you know, I'd love to ask him questions if he was still alive, but, you know, if he could definitely come back and, you know, ask him questions about him, my father, his son, Cody, my uncle, and, you know, have all of us sit around would be really cool. I know he's looking down now and smiling at what we've all built and from every aspect. And I know he's proud, but I would definitely love to sit down with him and, you know, roll a cigar, not only just smoke one, but roll one with him and, you know, spend some time with him for sure.
Awesome. I've only asked this question to a handful of people because I only ask it if that person seems like they're willing to get deep. So my last question, do you think happiness is something we chase or something that we have to create?
Happiness is a fleeting emotion. And sobriety has taught me this. It definitely, I think the answer is both, man. I think there's times where you do, some moments and some days are tougher than others where you have to find it, right? Like gratitude is an action word. It's not an attitude, right? Like you have to be grateful. You have to go put yourself out there, right? And I think it's the same for happiness, man. It's there's going to be days when it seems dark, but you do have to pull it out and find ways to get outside of yourself and find happiness. And there's other days where it just comes natural, man. So I definitely think it's a fleeting emotion and something we shouldn't base our life on. But I think there's beauty in both sides of not only chasing it and having to find it, but also it coming naturally, right? So
amazing.
That's a great answer.
Bravo.
Yeah.
For somebody who does not like being in the limelight, being up front, but you've got your answers almost polished. I mean, you're made for this, so keep it up.
I appreciate that, man. It's definitely been a learned skill, just like finding happiness is definitely doing this on camera thing. So,
oh, yeah. We
all right. So our last
every week, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Practice,
Yep.
man. Practice.
Well, that's what I said earlier. Do not go watch the first 20 episodes. They're rough. These are getting
What
better.
a good laugh, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Go watch the first one. So the last segment we have is what we call Ask It Forward. The first one is brought to you by the guest that we had on last week.
Awesome.
We always ask the guest to send us a video asking the guest that we have on next week a question. So Mick or I will reach out to you. We'll send you who we got coming on, and we'll just ask you, shoot us a short video asking them a question. The second one is brought to you by our Patreons. So before we do that one, our Ask It Forward questions are brought to you by Southpaw Stogies.
Hey everyone, I'm Wes Chandler with Southpaw Stogies. If you're looking for a new cigar lounge, especially in the Lebanon, Tennessee area, boy, have I got the place for you. Come on, let me invite you inside. Here at Southpaw Stogies, we're not just a cigar lounge, we're a community. Whether you're a cigar enthusiast or new to smoking, we want to make sure that you feel right at home. Not only do we do cigars, but if you're looking for a great drink, we've got a curated selection of alcohol, craft beer, and oh yes, we do coffee as well. And most importantly, we want to make sure that you feel right at home at Southpaw Stogies, and we hope we see you soon.
All right. So Mick, do you have our question?
Yeah. So last week, 2 weeks ago, we had Boone, Bunny Boy Justin, Bunny Dropping Cigars. We had him on last week, 2 weeks ago. And he kind of forgot until the last day. So he sent me a question. So I'll be reading it tonight. So don't be that guy, that segment we did earlier. Don't be that guy. But so it is a good question now. So, hey, Sean, congrats on all your hard work and the momentum you are building to create an amazing avenue for the cigar community. My question is, what was one of the biggest hurdles you faced when starting or running the business, and how does that affect your mental health and sobriety? And what tricks do you use to overcome it?
Really good question. Being an addict, man, it's all about instant gratification. It is either suppressing something or gaining something instantly. And in business and in life, sobriety has taught me that anything that comes easy is probably not worthwhile. And in those early days that we talked about earlier, where I was told no time after time after time, spending my time driving around and trying to get in some lounges and to shoot footage, being told no motivated me. And looking back on it now, to see the growth that Cigar TV has had, where people are now reaching out to us, being told no is probably one of the biggest life lessons, and being okay with being told no is one of the biggest skills that I think everybody should be okay with, right? And using it to not stop you in your tracks, but to move you forward.
Awesome. We have one last question for you. It's brought to you by one of our Patreon members. So everybody on the show who knows Little Devi and has been able to see his shenanigans on here, Little Devi has a question for you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Devin, aka Little Devi, aka Smoke Broski. What's up, y'all? Anyways, my question for Sean is, obviously life has its ups and downs. Things can get challenging. Pretty much no matter who it is, they're going to run into roadblocks at some point. And when these roadblocks come, it's easy to get down. It's easy to let it impact your consistency and almost get into like a negative mindset to not want to do much more after that. What's your best advice on what you've done personally, what's worked best for you and what's worked best for others on not only overcoming that, speeding that process up, but setting goals for yourself afterwards and really striving to be the best you can be every single day? Appreciate it.
Another great question. The answer is it's simple, right? But it's very tough. It's faith, relationship with a higher power, and community. Get outside of yourself. When we find ourselves in those moments of isolation, you have to change your state. You must change your state, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. Get outside yourself. And I'll say, I've been around a lot of places, done a lot of things, but the cigar community is a great starting point for that. If you're struggling and you're feeling yourself getting negative, get out of your own way, get your ass in the car, drive to your local cigar lounge, your local brick and mortar, and open a conversation. You have to be willing to shake a hand, smile at somebody, open a door, or even do something nice for somebody else. Pick up trash in the bathroom. Get outside, get out of your own way, and I promise that you will leave feeling better than when you went into that place.
I'm telling you, bud, you're made for this. You're when you're running for office, man, I got you. I'm out. You got my vote. You got this, bro. All right, so I'm going to let you have the floor here in a second, but I want to ask, on your site or socials or anything like that, do you have any swag, any shirts, hats, things like that that people can buy to help, when you walk into a cigar lounge or their cigar lounge and they're wearing a Cigar TV hat or wearing a Cigar TV shirt, the lounge owner can be like, hey, what is this Cigar TV? And they can help rep you. Do you have anything like that for people to be able to purchase?
No, shop page is on the way. The app is coming, y'all. Be patient, stay focused, stay locked in on what we're doing. Our socials are at The Cigar TV across all of them. Our YouTube is also The Cigar TV, and all of our shows that we have edited to date, all the stuff we've been talking about tonight is on cigartv.com. But one thing you can do to help us, man, if you're a fan of Cigar TV, go into your lounge, and if there's a spare TV somewhere and it's sports or or a movie on mute or some news you probably should not be watching, have them throw on Cigar TV, man. It creates a new experience. If you're a cigar nerd like I think we are, It definitely will help expand your knowledge and gain you some insight on what the cigar community and what the back end, the stuff that people don't get to see about cigars, is really all about.
Oh yeah, man. I'll finish up here and I'll let Charles take it, man. I honestly didn't know what to expect to come in tonight. I knew a little bit about your backstory. I knew whatever, man. But this was a great fucking interview. There's no other way to put it, man. You were amazing. We appreciate what you're doing for the cigar community. It's the same thing we're trying to build, just a little bit different. But I mean, it's literally, we're trying to build community, man, and try to get people involved on the back end or the front end, I guess, of what we do. So it's amazing, man. I was just gonna say quick, if there's anything we can ever do for Cigar TV, man, you know we got you. If there's any people that you come across that you think would be a good guest or a good fit for the show, please let us know, man. We'd love to have them on and kind of tell their story like we did tonight. And you're always welcome back on, man. Anytime you got something, if you you got something coming out Cigar TV that you want to promote or jump on or do it live with us or something like that, man. Hopefully we can kind of cross connect on this whole thing, man. So I appreciate your time and, man, your story. Just amazing, man. You're very well spoken and so good in this industry, man. It's what we need to keep pushing this forward, brother. So I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir. And absolutely. I'll have our lady or Shanika, she's our outreach coordinator. I'll have her send you guys a list of some of the brands that we've worked with recently. I'll have her send you guys the contact information and see who can maybe hop on the show. Yeah.
So I will say this, you've got a lot coming up in the future. So I would say all of it will be rolled out and starting to get established by the first of the year. Would love to, if you're interested, to have you back on to talk about all the new stuff that's been enacted, at the end of this year, first of next. Also, love to have you come on here, and instead of doing a show about your history, would love to do a show about your experiences in all the different countries you've been to and the factories you've gone to, and talk about what you've seen down there, because a lot of us never get a chance to go down there. And as somebody who's been down there a bunch of times, love, a day in the life of when you're going through Nicaragua, visiting all these people. That would be a great show for me, but as a cigar nerd, to hear about your experiences. So if you're game, would love to have you on.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. And we actually have some things coming when we do launch the app, where it's going to connect this media influencer world to the manufacturers as well. So be on the lookout for the top media on the app to have the opportunity for a sponsored trip to a factory in Nicaragua. We're actually working on that right now. So
very cool.
And we'll keep you guys updated for sure.
All right. So this is your spotlight to go ahead and finish the show with us. I do know that usually when we have somebody on here, it's them or a couple of people that's working with them, but you have a big team. If there's anybody in your team that you would like to give a shout out to or anything like that, feel free to do it. Plug all of where they can find you. Closing remarks are all yours.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on here. I love doing things like this because, like I mentioned earlier, it helps me get out of my own way. And you guys have created a platform that I can tell is helping other people based on the question that was asked. You guys are helping people more than you guys probably know. And I find that with myself, when I help somebody, man, it normally helps me out more in the long run. So once, I appreciate that. And I don't know what the statistic is on podcasts, but I know you guys are coming up on 100 episodes. I don't even think like 5% of people make it to episode 10. Right. So for you guys to make it to episode 100, hats off to y'all, man. You guys are killing the game. And the hustle, it's here. This was an incredible interview. Right. And everybody out there that's watching this, if you're thinking about hopping on here, definitely come on. But we got a big team. Shanika and Garrett, they're our newest members. They're doing a fantastic job at helping push Cigar TV forward. We've had longtime video editors that are no longer with us that I'm even going to give a shout out. Anthony and Jordan. Anthony was with me from that first camera. Hats off to them traveling with us and taking time out of their lives with things that they have going on. And then you got Fred and Lauren here in the Tampa studio. Lauren is a master editor. She is fantastic. And Fred is one of the hardest working people that I know. He sits at the computer and has a story about his family and where he's from. He's from Peru, not to give too much, but his daughter's not here. And so he's working to try to get her here. And so just incredible, right? And then we have our team in Orlando, man, guys that work endlessly to push this thing forward, new creative ideas. And then just shout out everybody along the way, man, that's given us an opportunity, right? You know, it's a beautiful community. I couldn't imagine being in any other thing. Like, how would I ever get outside of cigars now? Like, once you know about it and once you're involved, man, there is no way to do anything else. But yeah, we're here for the long haul. We plan on, in the most humble way, changing the industry, like some other media outlets did back in the late 90s. And we look forward to being a part of that. And we look forward to telling stories, man. There's nothing, it gets me out of bed. It really does. Telling other people's stories and hearing what they've been through and what they're going through and new ideas that they have. I live off of that. Keeps me going. So shout out to everybody that's given us an opportunity. And then we look forward to paying it forward. And then lastly, you know, thank you guys. Cigar TV, the Cigar TV, man, whatever. Just it ain't even about that, right? It's about us, right? It's about this connection that we have, and it takes two or more, right? That's what they say, a gathering of two or more, and then you got something special. So we got three here, and I think we did something cool tonight.
I agree, 100%. Throwing no shade at Cigar Aficionado, but they were the big dogs in the 90s. I think in the next future, in the next little bit, Cigar TV is going to be that thing coming up. So you are going to be the next Cigar Aficionado, because it's gone away from reading magazines to watching it on TV and watching it on your phone or your tablet. And you have definitely nailed in exactly what cigar people enjoy.
Yeah, man. And we love them, and we're grateful for what they have done. And we look forward to giving them a platform on our channel as well to keep expanding what they're doing. And we would love to partner with them in the future. Yeah, but it's next generation up, right? It's time to shift, and we're trying to leave it better than what we came into it with. So that's what it's all about, man. Paying it forward.
Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. Absolutely. It's what we do, and it's what Charles and I talk about a lot, man. Every Thursday, there's some weeks we're not feeling it, man, but by the end of the interview, we're like, fuck yeah, like that. We just did something, man. That was amazing. But it's I'm glad you were a part of my last Memphis show, man. But I'm excited for what's to come. It's gonna be weird broadcasting from two different states with Charles, man. But yeah, whether you like it or not, you're now part of the Real Smoke family, and I hope you feel the same way about us, man. And anything you guys need in the future, man, we're here to help you, and we'll see where this thing goes, man.
Yeah, vice versa, man. We'll chat after here, and man, best of luck to you on your travels and your moves. Safe travels, and I'm glad to be a part of the last show here. So that was really cool.
Appreciate it, bro.
Awesome, man. So thanks so much for being on here. Like I've said a couple of times tonight, you're 100% made for this. So keep it up. Can't wait to see what's coming up in the future. I will be thoroughly invested in what you've got going on. So thanks so much for being on here. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll let you go.
Deuces, y'all. Appreciate you guys.
See you, brother.
Peace. And just like that, episode 86 is in the books. Getting so close to that 100 mark. It's going to happen first or second week of December. Stay tuned. But I told you the moment I sent you a message, this is an interview that we needed.
So I know we've said this a few times. I think out of 86 episodes, probably 5 to 10 times, we've said, holy shit. Like that was an amazing interview, man. It was start to finish, everything you could have asked for in an interview, man. The ups, the downs, the future, the growth, like everything was just amazing, man. It's what we do, and then I'm super excited for that one. It was amazing.
And the funny thing is, I know you started watching a lot of his stuff, and for me, knowing a lot of his background and what he does. There's so many stories that we could not get in. And we talked about it in the green room because there's just too much stuff. Yeah. So if we get him on a second show, just getting him to go into his travels and experiences, that's going to be another good one, because that's going to be a nerd out, geek out moment for anybody who's interested in cigars.
There were so many times that I had follow-up questions that I'm like, well, we're already in an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, like I just, out of respect for everyone, nobody wants another Pete Johnson 4.5 hour show. So we are. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know, but probably not. So it was an amazing.
So do me a favor. Do me a favor, really quickly. I'm looking in the chat right now on my phone, and there's people typing in multiple different hashtags. Let's go ahead and tell them what the hashtags are tonight. We do have a cigar review to do, and then we're going to go into our prizes. We have two $25 gift cards to give away from Cigar Vault, as well as to do our Patreon knife giveaway, as well as our Real Smoke 5-pack giveaway. So the knife and the 5-pack is going to be done differently. If you want to do the hashtag, it's for the two $25 gift cards to Cigar Vault. Mick, what are those hashtags?
Hashtag Real Smoke is for anyone that has not won this month. And hashtag Real Smoke Pat is for our Patreons. And did we ever decide, is that for somebody who has not won this month either? It should be. I mean, honestly.
No.
That's just Pat. We're just doing it.
Yeah, technically it was just Pat. So if we get a little bit bigger, we'll go ahead and do that. Maybe start next month that Patreon's going to in once at a time. But since we did say it was just for Patreons, we'll just go ahead and leave it this month. Next month or next week's or the next episode starts a brand new month. So we may change it for that one. So let's just keep it Patreon.
Sounds great. We did gain one Patreon tonight. Thank you, Rob.
We did.
Yes.
So, Rob, we appreciate you, buddy. But he's like, if I don't, then I'm canceling Patreon. It's all good. I'll bury you in the back.
Yeah. The alligators will get you. But it's fun.
Yeah, pretty much. So we do have a cigar review to do. That is going to be brought to you by Cigar Army.
Tonight's cigar review is proudly sponsored by Cigar Army. The Cigar Army is a community brought together by their shared love of cigars, but bonded by something much deeper, their mission to give back to those in need. Through Operation Give Back, they honor the courage and dedication of our military and first responders, both active and retired. Their bravery and selflessness make the freedoms we enjoy possible, including this very moment to sit here, share a cigar, and connect with our Real Smoke audience. Every puff carries a story. Every draw is a tribute to their sacrifices. This isn't just about cigars, it's about gratitude, about compassion, and about giving back to the heroes who shaped our lives. Join them in the mission to make a difference, one cigar at a time. Check them out on Instagram at Cigar Army 3 or search Cigar Army on Facebook. Together, we can turn our passion into purpose.
Love it.
Huge thanks to everybody over at the Cigar Army. We absolutely love everything that you guys do. Mick, while you give your review, I'm going to step off the porch for a second, and then I'll be right back.
I'm going to do that when you're giving your review. So awesome.
I'm going to go. We're going to call this. I'm going to go do a JJ Lebo.
Yes, but we're not taking the camera with us. So, all right.
No, not really. I'm going to go do a Lebo while you read your review.
I love it. All right. So again, we reviewed the Room 101 Johnny Tobacco Maduro, the new one. I will say, this is the first time I've ever given a 10 out of 10 on appearance. I love the band. The wrapper was chocolatey, smooth, silky, oily Maduro wrapper. I loved it. Like, it was the most beautiful. Don't get much better than that. It was beautiful. The aroma and cold draw at 9. Actually, hang on. Let me do this the right way. All right. Aroma from the body. Barnyard and hay. Musty earth. Tobacco. Aroma from the foot. Dark fruit sweetness. Hay and chocolate. Taste from the cold draw. Raisin. Light graininess. Touch of cocoa. And a mild spice burn on the nasal as you smelled it. First third notes. Light earth. Milk chocolate. Roasted coffee beans. Cedar. Touch of leather. And spice. Thick smoke the whole way through. That first third, super thick, chewy smoke. It was amazing. Retro was black pepper, a little bit of nutmeg, and light cocoa. Second, third notes. The dark chocolate kicked up a ton. There was a little bit of cereal grain in there, charred oak, espresso, leather, earth. A little bit of a wavy burn, one touch-up, but overall construction was great, pretty much stacked dimes. Retro was black pepper, sweet coffee, and cocoa. Final third notes was the deep baker's chocolate cream. Thick, chewy, heavy smoke. Baker's spice. There was notes of charred wood in there, damp leather, and earth. Retro was black pepper, coffee, and dark chocolate. My pre-lit experience was a 19 out of 20. Probably my highest score ever. It was just a beautiful cigar. Flavor enjoyment, 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, 27 out of 30. Smoke production and final thoughts, 31 out of 35. I gave this a 90.
A 90. So going into cigar reviews, I've got an idea, and it could hurt our feelings a lot. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
So guys, in the comments from here on out, what I want you to do, this is going to be so bad. Every week while we read while we read our reviews, I want you to review the episode. I want people in the comments to, while we read it, I want you to put a 1 through 10 on how you thought the episode was compared to some of our others. Whether it's against technical difficulties or whether it's against maybe it wasn't a good person that we had on, or maybe we just flubbed all the questions.
Maybe I got drunk and fell off the deck. I don't know. But yeah, have fun with it. Geese.
So,
I mean, come on. Yeah.
At the end of the show, we'll go through some of the scores and we'll just have some fun with it really quickly. But just go ahead and put in there 1 through 10.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into my review. So the Johnny Tobacco Maduro. Aroma off the body, barnyard, chocolate, earth. Aroma off the foot, sweet tobacco, chocolate, and fruit. Taste off the cold draw, dark fruit, chocolate, and pepper. On the light, notes up front are and a slight sweet tobacco. Into the first third are earthy, coffee, dark chocolate, followed by a pepper and a slight dark fruit or berry note. The retro is dark chocolate, fruit, and a black pepper. Draw is great, giving lots of thick, chewy smoke. The finish is medium with a sweet and peppery note on the palate. Burn is razor sharp, and the ash is tight, because we all know we like a tight ash. And clean, medium plus in strength. Into the second, third notes are coffee, earth, dark chocolate. The retro is coffee, dark chocolate with a slight fruit note, slight white pepper note on at the end. Draw is still good with lots of smoke. Finish is dark chocolate and coffee. Burn is razor sharp. Ash stacks dimes. Finish is still about a medium plus. In the final third, notes are charred oak, earth, coffee, and black pepper. The retro is espresso and charred wood. All sweet notes have fallen off. Draw is still great. Burn and ash is still the same. Finish is dark and bitter. Strength is about a medium or full minus. So appearance, I gave it a 9. Aroma and cold draw gave it an 8, 17 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it a 12 out of 15. Smoking construction and characteristics, construction a 10, draw a 10, burn a 10. Smoke production and final thoughts, gave it a 31 out of 35. So the Johnny Tobacco Nut for me, which we have not been in sync in a while. We've been off quite a few points, but the Johnny Tobacco Nut for me is a 90. So Mick gives the Maduro a 90. I give it a 90. Average score, straight up 90. So
love it.
Great cigar.
It was. Yeah, consistent, man. I like I said, I smoked my 2 early, and they're both great, man. The construction was great, a little wavy, but nothing crazy. You know, great flavor profile, exactly what I look for in a good Maduro, man. It was a great cigar. Enjoyed it.
It's definitely there is a very good chance, because I know the Cigar Lounge has at least that one, if not just a regular Room 101 farce. But tomorrow marks my 101st walk. So if I get up and I go do it, a good chance I am going to reward myself by driving to the lounge, grabbing that cigar, and having that tomorrow.
Bravo.
So got to support our brother who kicked us off the internet with a good 101.
I love it.
All right, tonight we do have some prizes to give away. We do have 2 Cigar Vault prizes. If you've never won from us this month, hashtag Real Smoke. If you're a Patreon member, hashtag Real Smoke Pat. Put that in the comments. We'll go over what we're doing for the other 2 prizes here in a minute after we get done with these. But let's go ahead and take care of our sponsor for our prizes. And our guest had a lot of good things to say about Definition Cigars. So tonight's prizes are brought to you by Definition Cigars.
Hey, what's going on, Real Smoke family? This is Jamon of Definition Cigars. I know you guys are enjoying another great episode with Mick and Charles. Those guys are awesome. And they've allowed me to come on here and just offer you guys something special. So if you're interested in Definition Cigars, tap into the website at definitionscigars.com and use the coupon code RSPOD and you'll get 10% off. Appreciate everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Guys, go check out, if you've never tried Definition Cigars, go to their page, figure out something that's in your profile, go order a couple and try it out. Use that code. If you love Definition Cigars, why haven't you used that code yet?
So good.
Go do that.
So good. We've used that code. So good.
Speaking of codes,
okay.
Just a quick side note, really quick. Sorry.
Okay.
Over the weekend, or I guess last week, I committed myself to being on a Sunday morning podcast after getting home and getting in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning from a concert. So I was on the Sunday podcast with Cigar Vault. Never been on there before. Did not know that they ask. I watch some of it. I don't get through all of it because it's Sunday. I live out in the country. There's work to be done. So at the end of it, Norm comes up to me and says, so as a guest, I want you to give the percentage off. I'm deer in the headlights. Anytime that you ask me to give a number, it's going to be the number 3 or 33. Doesn't matter. So he said, give the percentage off. And I said, 33. The look on his face is like I just shot him. And he sent a message just saying, Miguel's going to kill me when he finds this out. So I hope Cigar Vault got a lot of orders. I'm not saying that I did not push that code out to a bunch of people that day.
They may have lost
money
that day.
They may have lost money. But anyways, sorry, Norm. Love you, bud.
I was actually on that text thread, and in the middle of packing, I'm chuckling to myself. I'm like, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I typically watch quite a bit of their Sunday shows. I did not watch. I wanted to watch it because you were on it. Just too much going on, man. But yeah, I saw Norm's reaction just on the text, and I was like, oh fuck, it was great.
Oops, my bad. All right, so Mick, go ahead and give the people the information on just the Cigar Vault wins. I'll go ahead and get everything set up, and we'll get to going.
All right, so if your name is not DJ Davey B, Amanda Anderson, Coulter, Pajama Dude, Cigar Misfits Tom, or Uncle Mitch, you are eligible to win on the hashtag Real Smoke Spin. If you are a Patreon, good luck. Thanks for sticking with us. That's all I got.
That'll work. So if you see on here that it is for episode 86, hashtag Real Smoke is first. That is if you have not ever won from us this month. And I did exclude multiple winners from drawing. That way you can be brought in to some of the other ones. So Mick, I do have to ask you that important question. How many draws am I going to do for roll number 1 and roll number 2?
Man, it just seems appropriate because you went 33 this week. Let's go 3 and 3. I'm in. Let's
3 and 3. Here we go. So this is for the first $25 gift card to Cigar Vault. We have 18 entries. Remember, you have to be live in here to win this one. Draw number 1. Sorry about your luck. Who is it not going to be this time?
I see some new names.
Money Matt is not going to be your winner. Roll number 2. Who's not going to be your winner again? MJ.
I like it. Hit that subscribe button.
Bianco?
All of you guys, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, I'm sorry if you have.
Please hit it. This is going to be your winner unless they've entered in wrong.
I see Val in there, I think. Hi, Val.
Amanda Anderson.
Uh-oh.
Is she one of our past winners?
Yes, sir. Sorry, Amanda.
Oh, she is. Sorry, Amanda. You've already won this month. Let's go ahead and check back next week. Nope, not next week. We're off next week. Check back in 2 weeks because your ass is moving like a selfish little. I'm sorry. Draw number 4. Hologram.
Is Hologram with us?
Hologram, are you here? Are you alive? Are you with us?
I already wrote it down. Hologram's always with us.
Hey, he has about, I was about to say he has about 30 mixed seconds, but Hologram says he's here. Holograms, you win. So make sure you do what you got to do and all of your stuff. So let's go ahead and go back into this one. We're going to click back, and this is going to be for episode 86 with Sean. It is going to be the hashtag Real Smoke Hat.
I know we got at least 3 or 4 in there, man. I saw them, so let's do this.
All right, so exclude multiple winners. Here we go. Start collecting comments. We have 6 Patreons. You have to be live on here right now. So that's almost all of our Patreons. That's actually
half.
That's half of our
half.
Patreon. That's half.
Exactly half. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. 3 rolls. Who's not going to be the first winner? It's going to be Coulter. Coulter, I'm sorry, buddy. You did not win. Let's draw again. Hey, that kind of rhymed. I like that. Draw again. Here we go.
It's growing,
Patreon,
buddy.
Patreon.
Slow,
it pays to be a Patreon.
Growing. I like this. This is awesome.
Uh-oh. Coulter. Is it going to be another week of 3 in a row?
I don't know, man.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, we had 3 in a row. All right, so this is going to be your winner. Who shall it be? Money Matt in Texas, or TX. Money Matt, he is our winner. So you got to remember, you have to be in here live. Are you here?
Did you go to bed,
Are
Money
you here?
Matt? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. 30 mixed seconds.
Uh-oh. I hear the geese counting down. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not.
I do too. They're in there arguing. They're saying that he should be here.
10.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
9, 8.
He just put it in just a few
7.
seconds ago.
Money Matt.
And he's here.
Already wrote it down. So
Money Matt.
Got you.
You're on there.
Oh, man. Who's going to win the night?
Right.
That's what I'm excited about, man. This is exciting. We now have 12 to pick from.
Let me get my screen up. So here's how this works. I have a list of names for Patreon. I also have our list of names for the drawing for the cigars. I'm going to start at a certain name. Mick is going to give me a couple of numbers. We're going to go through it, and then that is going to be our winner.
I don't like
it.
It
is
a
nice
Mick,
simple.
But here we are.
It is on Mick.
I don't
So
like it,
let me. I had a pen. Here we go. So Mick, I have my starting point.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exactly 12. Pick a number between 1 and 12. You gotta be faster than that.
1.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 12 again.
6. My lucky number 16. I'm sorry, whoever. I'm sorry. That's what I did.
And last time, pick a number between 1 and 12 again.
One? Shit.
There is we do 3. I told you we were gonna do 3.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your winner for the knife. Coulter.
Congratulations, Colter. Congratulations.
Coulter,
What an
you
awesome
win
prize.
the knife from 13 Knives. It is the America 250. I need you to promise me that when you get this, by the way, you don't have to be live in here. Oh, wow, he is live in here. You have to do a bunch of posts with it. Tag us.
Yeah.
Tag 13 Knives.
100%.
We want a bunch of posts.
Thank Robert tremendously. Yeah.
Yes. Send Mick on the podcast your mailing name and address so I can get it out to you. It's not going to go out until next Wednesday. That is my next free appointment to go to the post office. I've already got that checked in. Next Wednesday, it'll go out. So, Coulter, good freaking job. I am so pissed off I didn't win.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man.
All right.
What a beautiful night. Well done.
So, Mick has the cigars, correct?
I do.
And this is going out to anybody who bought one of the cigars.
Smoking has said that we've sold a bunch of them already, but nobody's messaged me and said they bought them. So, like, the 4 people that have, you have a 1 in 4 chance of winning an extra 5-pack tonight. So, hey, props to you guys. I don't know why nobody else messaged me when they bought theirs. We've been putting it out. I've been doing videos. So, it is what it is. So, 4 people for now. You get a 1 in 4 chance of winning a free 5-pack of great cigars.
So same rules apply. Going to do it the same way. I've got my starting point. Mick, give me a number 1. Give me a number 1 to 10.
You're gonna hate this, but here we go. 3-3-3. 3-3-3. If you're making me do it 3 times, I'm doing 3-3-3. So do 3, and then do 3, and then do 3, and I'm doing it. That's it.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the 5-pack, and we will post this online. I don't know if they're on here. So we'll post this online and they can get back to us. Mark Ray. Mark Ray, you are the winner of the 5-pack. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy the cigars. You've got a double 5-pack now.
So funny story.
Our winners.
I work with that
our
guy.
Winners tonight for our knife is Coulter, and our winners for cigars is Mark Ray.
Funny story with that. I work with that guy, and he is a big cigar smoker, and he was so over the moon about how great all of those cigars were. He smoked, I think, 4 out of the 5 so far. And I told him, hey, man, you got a chance to win another 5-pack. He's like, I never win anything ever. So I'm super excited that he won. Really cool. He actually lives down here, so I got to see him tomorrow to try to get them to him. It'll save me shipping. But no, that's
That'll
awesome.
work.
Congrats, Ray. Well done, brother.
All right, so I'm going to go back really quickly before we go into Meanwhile in Memphis and see if anybody scored us at all. When I clicked over, there was 91 messages, and it's a lot of people talking amongst themselves, which I absolutely love because this is the community we want to grow. But I got from Smoking Sicilian, he gives us a 9 for tonight.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
It was a great show. I agree.
Here's a hard critic. He would tell us if he didn't like it. Josephus says 8.5.
I'll take it, man. Oh, yeah.
Rob Cigarzar, if he didn't like us, he would bury us with the Gators. He says 9.275.
I love
Money
it.
Matt says Sean Mobley was amazing. I'm telling you guys, get invested in what he's doing. He is the future of cigar media. I'm just saying. Coulter, you better up that score. Those are rookie numbers. You just won. I expect something better from you now. He gives us an 8.92, lacking cowbell and no chickens. Great show otherwise. What we need here is more cowbell. I'm just saying. We need more cowbell.
Coulter does have a nice cock. He showed it in this video.
And moving on, USMC Doc says guest is a 10, host a 3.
Okay. I'll take
He
it.
didn't say the host is a 3, but he did say Mick gets a 0 since he's leaving Memphis. I
Much
agree.
love, buddy.
I
Much
give
love,
him
man.
I give him a -1.
But much love, man. I miss you, buddy.
And it looks like all the other ones are putting on here all the different hashtags and stuff like that. So
awesome.
Coulter says, okay, guilt tripped into a final score of a 10.83. What a night. There was no guilt here. We did no such thing.
No, we'd never pressure for a better score ever. Now, what a night, though, man. What a night. Great prizes. That's probably our biggest prize giveaway ever. That's awesome. Thank you, Robert. We can't say enough about 13 Knives. If you don't own one, get one. Check him out. He's not just doing knives now. He's doing accessories and all kinds of amazing stuff. Every day his creative mind is putting out something cool. So follow him, check him out, buy something.
I will say when he reached out and said that he wanted to give a knife away, I about died because I know the work that he puts into those, and I know all the time that it takes. And for him to, with his schedule, with what he's doing in his knife business as well as his work business, and then being able to produce something so amazing like that,
crazy.
That's crazy. So really quickly, Doc says, I live in Memphis. You will be missed, Mick.
I'll miss Memphis as well, man. We'll get into that here in a minute. You should probably stand by. So good times.
All right. So that's a good segue into Mick's tears and my heartbreak, because I know I'm not losing there's something we figured out that close to where you live is not much farther. I mean, you're about 2 hours further than what you are now.
Hour and a half, yeah.
But in a way, it feels like I'm losing a brother because he's moving away from home. And there's a weird feeling about you leaving Tennessee that I even told Jennifer this week. It sits really uneasy with me. And
me too.
And when your daughter came on, I got to talk to your daughter. Kai is one of the most amazing people in the world. And talking to her and looking and seeing, when I said, I bet you're happy, and seeing the joy in her eyes that, she was getting Dad to come home for a while. I had to suck up my feelings of my brother's leaving to he's going home to be with me. So
yeah,
it sucks, but it's awesome.
It's not easy, but yeah, family, man. So anyway, let's move on.
For the last time, Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you by.
I am Sin Coburn, owner of Dissident Cigars, and now also a part of Northern Cigars. I'm super stoked about this, and I can't wait to talk more about this adventure. For those of you that don't know, Dissident is for those of us who are the blue-collar workers, the bikers, the rebels, the badasses, you name it. It's really for anybody, but if you go against the grain and you're not scared to stand up for yourself, then Dissident is for you. We are punk AF. And Northern Cigars, this is such a wonderful project that I'm a part of, and I'm so excited for you guys to learn about. I wish I could say more about it, but there's a reason why I'm also a part of Northern Cigars. These cigars are fantastic. We're taking in the roots of Nicaragua, the culture, the experience, the agriculture, and we're putting it into cigars. And you guys are going to learn really quick what Northern Cigars is. And I can't say too much more about it, but I'm super stoked. So you guys need to stay tuned about what I have to say about Northern and Dissident, because I think it's going to blow your socks off. But meanwhile, light up and enjoy this next segment of Real Smoke.
Are you ready?
One last time, brother. Let's roll it.
Here it goes.
While in Memphis, it's happening again. Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and pools running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while.
Meanwhile in Memphis. Man, seems like yesterday you came up with that theme music, man. It's all coming together. But Meanwhile, in Memphis, I got 2 stories for you, and then a little heartfelt, try not to tear up thing for you. So, first story. The search is on for a female serial robber. Woman wanted in East Memphis for armed robbery. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis police are searching for a woman accused of robbing a Five Below. Why is it always a dollar store, a Five Below, a Dollar Tree? I don't understand it.
Because nobody cares. They're not going to chase you out of the store for their stuff for like $2 worth of shit.
But she actually, well, I'll get into it. So,
Five Below. Okay.
In Eastgate Shopping Center, just 2 days after another armed robbery in the nearby Dollar Tree in the same shopping plaza. Investigators have not said whether the 2 robberies are connected, but business owners said that they are concerned that it's back-to-back crimes by a female perpetrator. According to the Memphis Police Department, the Five Below robbery happened Wednesday, just before the store closed that night. Police said that surveillance video shows a woman standing at the counter before taking money from an employee and stuffing it in her hoodie. Investigators said that the woman, a hoodie? It's 110 here right now. Like, come on. But anyway.
All right. So anytime that you see somebody when it's 97 degrees with a heat index of 110 and they're wearing a hoodie and a skull cap or
Probably
a beanie or a face mask, do you kind of need to be worried? I'm just asking.
Most likely, yes. The answer is yes. But
just checking.
The investigator said the woman later walked back into the same store, displayed a handgun, and ordered the cashier empty all 3 registers. Apparently, the stash was pretty good from the first register. So, she fled with approximately $1,800 in cash, police said. According to investigators, the suspect appeared to be purchasing several items before pulling out a gun and demanding money from the register. Police said she left with $175 in cash the first time and then returned later. Authorities have not confirmed whether the same person was responsible for both robberies. It's definitely anyway. When we asked them what happened, they were like, "We were robbed at gunpoint," and they were shocked. It happened, and this is a safe area. This is crazy. The one woman came in and said that this isn't uncommon. 2 robberies happening in the same shopping center within days of each other. It's not uncommon. The fact is she broke into 2 stores in the same plaza. I find that interesting. So, yeah. And she was wearing a mask when she was robbing, like a COVID mask, and it was below her nose. So does she not know that's not safe? It has to be above the nose to like protect her. You know, I'm just saying. I don't
didn't we get told during COVID that it has to actually be above the nose and tight to the face and all that stuff?
Has to be. Yeah, she did not have a good fit. I did not have a good fit. So this one, there's no
doing
name.
It all wrong.
All of it. $1,800 cash.
All of it.
A Dollar Tree and a Five Below. I mean,
I'm just impressed that both of those stores had that much money there.
$1,800 in cash. Like, who pays cash these days? $1,800 cash at a Dollar Tree. Anyway. All right. So 3 teens stole or vandalized 12 cars within a week. Memphis police say. Oh, sorry. 21. I'm dyslexic. 21 cars within 1 week. Police say. Memphis, Tennessee. 3 teenagers have been charged with 21 counts of car theft and similar crimes, all of which occurred in this single week, the Memphis Police Department said. The teenagers, all right, so we're going to guess the ages here. They're teenagers. So we got 3 of them. Let's guess the ages. Come on. It shouldn't be too bad.
15, 17, and 18.
Very close. 17, 14, and 13.
Dang.
21 cars vandalized or stolen within the same week. They were charged with theft of motor vehicle, 2 counts of vandalism, leaving the scene of an accident, striking a fixed object, and no driver's license. None of them had driver's license, but they stole or vandalized 21 cars in the same week. Police say the 14-year-old's arrest was charged in April of 17 offenses in an earlier investigation to thefts of Hyundais and Kias. The Memphis police said that after they saw an uptick in Hyundai and Kia thefts, they attempted thefts between July 12th and July 16th. Investigators looked at security footage and found the suspects had an appearance and methods looked similar to those of the teens that were involved in earlier car thefts. So they were already basically booked for earlier car thefts in early July, and now last week they got 21 more counts. According to the police, incidents this past week involved, again, Kia and Hyundais. MPD said the investigators led them to identifying the suspects. The three boys were picked up by the task force on July 21st. The police went on to say it's tragic. Where are the parents? And lock up your, there's keys here. Lock up your Kias and Hyundais. So put a club on it.
So why do you think it's Kias and Hyundais? Are they just like so easy to break into?
Yeah. They're the ones that when we moved down here, they're like, hopefully you don't own one of those two, because they literally a flathead screwdriver. You can drive away with one pretty quickly.
Nice.
So my last story is not a story. I mean, it's kind of a story. So I'm going to start off with this. So moved down here 3 years ago, almost to the week, like three years ago. I had messaged Charles ahead of that. I know some of you heard this story. Said, hey, any good cigar lounges in Memphis? And I want to join TriStar. TriStar has become family. I'm on pretty much every Tuesday, barring something crazy. TriStar led me to not only becoming great friends with Charles and his wife Jen, but to Devin and Isabel. I met up with Devin within a month of moving here at the Smokers Abbey in Memphis. That place became like my home lounge. Devin and I became very close. A lot of ties with Devin. I watched him bring a child into the world. We went through some good times, some bad times. We saw some stuff together, man. And Devin's one of my boys. He just started a new career recently. Same career path I have. Won't go into that, but I'm super proud of him. He's going to have a great career. That led to a Western Tennessee herb, where Charles and I pretty much don't do it. Too sad. Devin, there he is. The Western Tennessee herb. We stood out back playing cornhole in 110-degree Memphis weather and talked about a podcast, man. And it led to this. It led to this 2+ years later, where those memories can't be forgotten. TriStar is the greatest, man. We stood out there in the back talking about doing a podcast and didn't know where it was going to go or what it was going to look like. But here we are 2 years later, and I'd say we're climbing that ladder and having fun with it, man, and just building a community. That's what it's all about. While I was down here, we met some of our best friends, man, Jen and Randy. I'll give a shout out to them. True friendship looks like Jen and Randy. I'm gonna miss those guys, man. It's tomorrow night's gonna be tough. It's gonna be the last time we're gonna hang out with them. We're gonna hang out at the brewery that we met them at, Soul and Spirit. We've become friends with so many of the Memphis beer drinkers. Frank was on the show. All of the Memphis brewers that were on the show that I've hung out with many times. I don't want to miss somebody, but man, Ryan, Teddy, Tyler, Shane, we've all hung out, man. Brian and Scott, just amazing at MFS. So we've hung out with all these great brewers, and it became a community in itself. And we went to all the Memphis beer drinkers. We went to our first NBA game with Devin. Went to the Grizzlies game, man. I was never an NBA fan. I'll be honest about that. I love college basketball, but I'm now a Grizzlies fan for life, man. It's been a part, man. And my work family. Fuck, it was so hard, man, walking out of there yesterday. I literally wandered around the office for probably 20 minutes, half an hour, just trying to take it all in, man. That place made me a better manager, a better supervisor, a better person. So, Memphis, you will always have a special spot in my heart. This isn't the last time I'll be here. I'll be back. I'll be back to visit, back for work at some point. Maybe I'll be back to see the fucking geese. Who knows? But meanwhile, in Memphis, we've spent a lot of time fucking around about these crazy stories in Memphis, and they write themselves. They really do. This isn't me putting a lot of effort into Meanwhile Memphis, because there's 100 of them to choose from every week. But the city has so much heart, so much soul, so much love, and I'm gonna fucking miss Memphis. So, ooh, that's all I got. That's all I got.
So that's why I said my piece before we did this, because like I told you, it's we live on virtual reality. You know, we hang out on Tuesdays virtually. We hang out on Thursdays virtually. But there's a weird piece of knowing that, you know, I can make it across the state and I can go hang out with you and the family. There's a weird feeling about you leaving. So I know in our atmosphere, in reality, nothing much changes, because we're still going to talk on Tuesday. We're still going to be on here on Thursday. But again, you're leaving the state. So
I'll be back, man. I'll be back. Don't worry. But I'm a phone call away, man. It's only, like you said, it's only an hour and a half difference, man. We're family, and I'll be visiting Memphis at least once a year, I would say, to check in on all my people, man. Because I've made way too many connections down here to walk away and not think of this as a second home, man. If not a first home at this point. It's made me into who I am today. So, thank you.
So, there's
yeah,
you got me choked up. Damn. I'm usually the emotional one. So for all of our people, we still have a few people still left on here. Do me a favor, guys, in the comments below, wish Mick a safe travel and a great new restart in PA where he's going. So usually you give me the last little bit for the evening. So for the last one here in Memphis, the show's not stopping. As two brothers, it's different for us than it is for you guys, because you're like, fuck, you guys are going to be on in 2 weeks. Okay, cool. For us, it's a little bit different. But Mick, show's yours.
I hope I hit all the high points there, man. I can't say enough about what Memphis means to me and how much it made me grow as a person. Man, I ain't leaving it behind. I'll be back to check on it. And I honestly don't know how to end this one. The geese are trying to end it.
The geese are.
Yeah.
So from the last time in Memphis, give us your closing line.
Take time this week, smoke a great cigar with someone you love. I mean it. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks from Pennsylvania. Peace.
Peace.
The smoke is thick, the air is tight, cigars are lit, oh what a sight. Pour the whiskey, tequila too, this one for Mick and Charles and you. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. Conversations deep, the stories fly. Ashes fall, with spirits high. The gas is rolling, the penters flow. You've kept us burning, don't let it go. Thank you for tuning in. of the night. You're part of the glow, you're part of the light. Mick and Charles with a laugh and a grin. This flame burns bright 'cause you